Supposed to be doing this. Damn it. No, that's not it. Oh, fuck. Intro.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
You Southern Italian? Well, the only people I know are the people on Trash Talking Radio from 7 to 10 every Tuesday night on TrashTalkingRadio.com. Yo, it's me, G-G-G, Diamond Dollar. Hey, that's right, you listen to Trash Talking Radio. And we're on every Tuesday night from 7 to 10. So make sure you dial us in, or you will see us. Fuck! Die!
Hello guys out there, anybody listening to this stuff, this is Mike Shaw, Muckus Singh, Bastion Bluebird, Norman, Fryer Ferguson, whatever you want to call me. I spent 20 years in this crazy business. Jump on and listen to TrashTalkRadio.com Tuesday nights, enjoy it. I just got done talking to the guys, I had a lot of fun, and we'll give it another half an hour. I'll give you the rest of the names I used over the years. Enjoy it.
Hey, this is the Queen of Extreme, Francine, and you're listening to my future husband, Mike Trash, on Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday night from 7 to 10.
We're still the one. We've been together since way back when. This year's gonna be a winner again. We are still the one with something new. Still the one that's gonna see you through. You're still having fun, and we're still the one.
This is Tony Anderson. I've been talking to a guy named Fred. What kind of a name is that? Well, I'll tell you what. Listen to this Trash Talking Radio because you're going to get the latest information on professional wrestling. Remember, if Ole Anderson tells you that hitch up a grasshopper to a freight train, don't ask a lot of questions and don't ask the Trash Talking Radio questions. Just hitch him up.
Just hitch him up. Just hitch him up. All right. Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night on time. And believe it or not, we got a lot of stuff. All right. Where do we want to start? There's so much stuff. I want to take things out of order for a change, but I'm not going to.
Oh, I was going to say.
I'm going to do the, of course, the RIPs.
Well, we don't have any movies.
No movies. I'd like to have movies. Believe me, I'm so tired of not having movies. And you know what's weird is you try to watch movies on TV and you think, there's got to be something good on either Netflix or something. And you see all these titles and you say, I don't know what to watch. Because you don't see any trailers for any of these movies.
Or we've already seen that.
Well, but Netflix has all those movies that
True.
I haven't seen. And the thing that's weird about it is okay, let's talk about one of the movies. One movie we did watch this week. This weekend?
Yeah.
Or was it?
Uh-huh.
We watched Saturday, maybe? I don't know.
I think so.
Whatever day. No, Friday night. No, I don't know. We watched a movie we watched a movie last week called Greyhound. And I was told it's a great movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was not a great movie. And I want to tell you why. It was if you were required to read Wikipedia at the same time, it would be a great movie because they really left out a lot of stuff that you really needed to know. And so it could have been a good movie if they had clarified what was going on. Because if you didn't watch Netflix, you would say, "Hey, Tom Hanks is the captain of this ship, and they're going through the ocean, and they're being attacked left and right." They don't really tell you a whole lot about why they're being attacked, and they don't tell you that there are other ships that are on their side.
Maybe you should have read the book first.
Well, I don't have time to read books. I'm too busy.
That's true. Danny says wish she could listen. Is the sound not working?
I don't know.
I'll find out.
Well, that's a good question because it's going through the mix, and the mix is working. So if it's not going through, and my mixer is saying that our let me look here. Yeah, it shows that we're... Okay, do we have a mix now? Well, wait a minute. It was showing this, so we should have
We
sound.
should have cue
They
cards
should
that
have
say,
sound.
"Hi, Daddy May."
Well, I need to know if
Well, I'm waiting on her to answer.
I need to cough. Hold on a sec. All right, now I'm back. So that's really strange. Okay, I need to understand. I need her to answer if she's getting sound or why
Well,
she
let me check my
cannot
phone.
listen, because it's... I mean, it looks like it's working here. Actually, I could possibly find out as well here. Well, it's working. Okay, so anyway, here we go. If you read the book, or if you read Wikipedia along with the actual film, it's a good movie because it tells you all the stuff that's missing. It tells you they're in a convoy, an international convoy with Britain and Canada and some other places, and they don't tell you that there are 7 boats that are on their side, and the merchant, they're escorting these merchant vessels to their destination. They don't tell you any of that. If you find that out, it certainly makes a whole lot more sense as to what's going on. So, but anyway, overall, it was interesting. I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I would have had they explained. Took about another 10 minutes of film and just told us what was going on. Just had somebody even sitting there with his Wikipedia page open and reading us the Wikipedia page and tell us what's going on. At that point, I liked the show. So I give it a thumbs down. And I don't do that with Tom Hanks movies. Tom Hanks
you
movies
don't.
are really good overall. So,
And he did a good job acting. It's just
but you
the
didn't know
plot,
what he was acting about.
The
did it?
plot was hard to follow.
It was. And until I started reading that, and I said, "Did you know this?" And you said, "No, I didn't know that." I said, "Well, that's why we aren't making sense as to this movie." So, all right, let's talk about the deaths this week. There's only a couple. Funeral for Robert Trump. I'm so close.
Yeah,
I get a half point for that because it is a Trump, and it's real close to the president. So, I mean, it even says President Trump. Right there. It says President Trump.
Yes, but it
So I should get
wasn't
a point.
President Trump
I should get a
that died.
point for President Trump.
No, that doesn't
Give me a
work.
half point. You'll still be ahead. I think I should get a half point for that.
Hey, it's your game, your rules,
Yeah, it is.
your show.
But I don't want to do it to... I don't want to be a power monger. So...
I'm still ahead, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, true. And
Until you get one that is a full point, and then
Then I'll
I'm
be
behind.
yeah, that's right. So until you get a half point somewhere.
Yeah.
That's really it's his younger brother. Younger brother. It's his younger brother. So yeah, he's died in Manhattan, 71. So, well, how old's Trump? He must be 75 then, or so.
Wait a minute.
I was thinking. Well, I guess Trump is probably. I'm curious.
He was born in 46,
So
that
56,
makes him
66, 76, 86.
74.
Yeah. Okay. So I said 74. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything else about his brother except that. I mean, I guess I could if I read this, but it doesn't really matter. He's not a celebrity. He's not. Not really. There's a picture of him. He looks like a bear. Right there. He looks like a bear. He looks like a panda. So, all right. So that's one. And then the other person that died, you gave me. I didn't recognize his name, but I recognized a lot of stuff he was on, and I didn't realize he was that old. Ben Cross, 72, died, and it says here he was in 2009 Star Trek reboot, and it says here he was 72. I'm trying to think. I didn't watch that reboot, but it looked like he was playing Spock, or no, not Spock. He was. I did read that part. He was playing Sarek, which was, I think, Spock's dad, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe
So-
you're right.
Now, the interesting part was that when I got that information about him, at the same time, this video popped up, and it gave a list of all the people that died in 2020. And, of course, we knew them all, and I thought we could go over them so that we have just an idea. So, let's see here. I'm going to try to back this up. And here we go. Buck Henry. You probably didn't know who Buck Henry was, but he was a big name. Sid Mead. Buck Henry was a big guy in the 70s. He was a comedian. Silvio Horta, which I have no idea who he is. Hey, why don't we make this into a big screen? There we go. All right, we can turn this on, but I think they just have music. And I'll probably get in trouble for it.
Would be the first time.
Oh, you don't even want to know. Neil Peart, which was really I'm. This one hit me the most because I was a big Rush fan. I am a big Rush fan. I love Rush music. Christopher Tolkien, Rocky Johnson, of course.
Yeah.
And that's hard to believe he was this year. It was this year. This is such a weird year because I would have thought I would have.
I mean, we're over halfway through it,
I know,
but we
but I
spent
would've
about
thought-
half of it at home in quarantine.
half.
About half.
I spent all of this year at
Yeah,
home.
well, that's because you're retired.
No, because I was forced to work out of my home. Rocky Johnson is, of course, The Rock's dad. Oh, yeah. Who else was in there? Who else was in that picture?
Mean Gene.
And he died too, but he died a while ago. Anyway, Bryce Armstrong, I don't know who he is, but I don't know much about Dragon Ball. I mean, I know about Dragon.
Let's move on.
Norma Michaels, I'm assuming that's her. I guess from family,
No.
the one about the mixed family. Not Family Guy.
Modern
Modern Family. I'm
Okay.
assuming, because that's him from Modern Family, I'm assuming that's probably where they're at. But no way for me to know because I never watched that show. Terry Jones was great. I love Terry Jones. He is like a really big name to me. And, you don't listen to Monty Python, but here is a Monty Python quip. That put him in. I'm going to back it up just a bit, just in case he started talking already. That's him too.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's funny. This is a skit off of The Meaning of Life. He comes in and he orders lots of food and I mean they're bringing him lots of food and he keeps eating it and then he goes. The waiter goes, "Would you like an after dinner mint?" And he goes, no, I can't eat anymore. And he goes, "Really? I have an after dinner mint." No, I'm stuffed. And just one after dinner mint. And he eats it and he explodes. And it's really funny and really gross and really funny. And in that picture,
That's the guy who's writing this movie.
hold on here, in the go up now. That guy there is also dead, the king, because that guy there is Graham Chapman.
Oh.
He died about 15 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, maybe longer, because he probably died in the mid-90s. But yeah, so we've lost Graham Chapman. We've lost Terry Gilliam. Not Terry Gilliam. Yeah, Terry Gilliam. And I guess the other guys are all still alive. So, of course, Kobe Bryant, which was a really big one.
That's the guy who played this movie. Cold-blooded assassin.
It's such a shame. Kirk Douglas, of course, is one of your points. Your killing points. And I have his son. Orson Bean. He was in a lot of movies, though. Robert Conrad. I remember my dad used to watch his shows all the time. Mannix? Was it Mannix?
I think so.
Yeah. My dad used to love his stuff. Lynn Cohen. I don't know who she is. Lynn Cohen is... and Jason Davis, I have no idea who he is.
I've seen him and stuff, but not
He
much.
didn't die as a kid, did he?
No.
Okay. I mean, they're showing him all this stuff as a kid. And you think, okay, is this kid? Poor kid died? And he must have done some voiceovers. Kelly... Oh,
Yeah!
Oh, her.
Uh-huh.
Nakahara. She was in MASH, I
Yes.
guess. Yeah.
Lee Phillip Bell. Yep.
Oh, okay. I would have never known her from Young and the Restless.
I've heard of her, Young and the Restless.
She was the co-creator of Young and the
Her
Restless.
and her husband, yep.
James Lipton. Now, you don't know who he is.
No.
He did this show called Behind the Actors.
See, I thought he would have been the creator of Lipton Tea.
No, he will take. He's got a PBS show,
Oh.
and he is like. He would bring on actors, pretty famous actors, stage actors, Broadway actors, and he would sit them down, and he'd have a studio audience, and he would ask them questions.
Cool.
Now, most people would say, "Oh, he's really boring," but a lot of people find him fascinating because he would dig down and ask really relevant questions. He didn't ask, "How was it like working on?"
Right.
You know, he would actually ask questions about acting. And so he was a pretty big name on PBS. But he actually was pretty young. Nicholas Tucci, I think, is a young actor too, but I can't remember what he went in. Maybe it was the vampire movies. This guy, Max van Sydow, is someone I've seen before, or I've seen his name before, but I. Oh yeah, he was in Star Wars.
Yes.
Okay. Lorenzo Brino.
Lyle Wagner.
Lyle Wagner. Of
Yeah.
course, we all know Lyle Wagner, especially because of her. He was in the Wonder Woman movies, or not movies, TV show.
TV show.
I don't know who Terry was. Mark Bloom, actor. I don't really know him from anything. Kenny Rogers, of course.
That one hurt me.
I can understand that. I mean, he was a really talented guy, and
Mm-hmm.
he really looked rough when he died.
Yeah.
Christoph and Pender, whatever. I don't know who he is, but
Joe Diffie.
Joe Diffie. Who's he?
Country artist.
Oh, that's why I don't know him. All right, I should have guessed he was got that mullet going on there. Bill Withers, we all knew, though you didn't remember him until I played his
Yeah, that's
music.
true.
I don't know who Adam Schlesinger is, but he's a singer, songwriter, and I don't. Oh, I wonder if he was a singer. Oh, let's back it up a little bit. See if I do know him. Hold on there. Let's see if they play his music or something. Oh, of course they don't play his. I wonder if that was. I wonder if that's The Thing You Do. If he was the. Tom Hanks wrote a movie called That Thing You Do, and I wonder if he was in that. Kind of reminds me of...
Adam was founding member of the bands Fountains of Wayne, Ivy, and Tinted Windows. Hi, puppy.
From New Jersey. Grew up in Manhattan in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Huh.
He died of COVID-19.
Of course. Logan Williams, I have no idea who he is. Shirley Douglas. I don't remember her dying. What? Is that one of your favorites?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a topic
Here.
you need to address. The
Schlesinger?
whole Marty Jannetty debacle.
Co-wrote the opening number of the 2011 Tony Awards. It's not just for gays anymore.
Wow. That would be controversial. All right.
Hi, Neach.
Interesting. I did not do it. You're talking about the
Yeah,
the killing somebody thing. No, I did not cover it. Shirley Douglas, Lee Fierro. Oh, she's an actress. Oh, that's a she.
Honor Blackman.
Honor Blackman. That's a neat name. Honor's a cool name. John Prine. I should know him. I should know who John Prine is. I've got to know him. He looks like somebody I would know because he looks like somebody whose music I would listen to. John Prine. Does it say who? What? Stop looking at country. No, I didn't know him. Well, he looks like he's not a country guy there.
Older country, maybe.
That is not country there. Well, I don't know. That strap would be country. He could be. Okay, then we got... Oh, that's John Prine in his later years playing an acoustic. So, yeah, he would be... I would see him as a country guy. Dan Goldman. I don't know who he is either. But I see Smurfs. Brian Dennehy. Now, Brian Dennehy... that is a guy who was in a lot of good movies. He was in some Rambo movies. He was a sheriff in Rambo movies. He was also in the movie with Tommy Boy. What was his name? Tommy Boy. I can't think of his name. That guy, Chris Farley. He was the dad for Chris Farley in a movie. So, that's... Well, I guess that's it of them. That's all of them. So, yeah. That's not... Shows acting.
No, that's when you kept going back.
When
you wanted to back it up.
Well, I wasn't really messing around. I was just stating some things that were kind of what I wanted to remember about certain people that died. So if you want to call death something about fooling around, I was just fooling around. Anyway, that so we got two people that we are covering that died. Also, this week, my mother went in the hospital, and that was actually not this week. It was Saturday. Well, Saturday night, so it was actually Sunday morning because it was after midnight. She is definitely not of sound mind right now. And she fell, and when I saw her, I said, "Did you take on Tyson?" She was really rough. She had bruises all over her. She had bruises on her forehead. She had her arms are both all black and blue, and just lots of things going on there. So hopefully she'll be getting out without. She'll have to. She hasn't been walking, and they're not going to let her out till she can walk. I hope. 'Cause my sister wouldn't be able to deal with it then. 'Cause, it's. I felt bad for my sister for the first time ever. Second time ever. Well, the first time was when I was a jerk for her in front of her, and this is only the second time, so that's not bad. 2 times in all our years. All right.
Were you going to talk about what you did on Sunday?
You want to know what I did on Sunday? Does anybody want to know what I did on Sunday? Well, I stayed at home and played video games.
Yeah, I believe that.
All right.
I got proof otherwise.
So this is the set of a show called Agency, and I broke in and was peeking in on them.
You wanted the meal. That's what you wanted.
I didn't eat any of it. Everybody else got to eat their meal. This is the. Is there any chance if anybody has just? I gotta find them. I don't know where they're at. I think they may be gone. I hate to say that, but they may be gone. I don't know where they're at. I was looking for them when Kamala died, and I have no idea where they're at because I've had so many. All my computers crashed at some point, and I'm not sure where that library is right now, if it even exists anymore. And I would be really bummed if it doesn't exist. But there's a good possibility it doesn't exist anymore. So if the library pre-2010 exists, I have to find it. So I'm sad to say that, but that's the truth, unfortunately. Anyway, this is the set of the show, the TV show that the pilot that I'm in as the, actually, coincidentally, the name is Mike.
Yes.
So it was designed for me. And
it was designed for something.
And we had a good time. We spent a good portion of Sunday filming it. It was a lot of fun. Here is another picture of me and them. This is my wife,
Shelley.
Shelley. Yes, I know my wife's name. My movie wife, my TV wife, is named Shelley. This is my TV. This is my TV son, and that's his girlfriend,
Roger and Marissa.
Roger. Well, I was going to get to that. And this is the director, Nick. And here is another picture of us, and someone back here is stalking me.
Your roadie.
I got my own roadie.
Or a groupie, whatever you want to call her.
And so this is my first big TV thing. I mean, this is it's a pilot, so we'll see if it makes it to the big time. Here's another picture of me. My scene required me to get all my steps in for my Fitbit because I had to do a lot of walking from the kitchen to the table. I probably did that about 40 times before the night was over. And I am this guy with Alzheimer's, beginning of Alzheimer's. And so I have pills that I'm supposed to drop into my pocket at some point, and I kept forgetting sometimes because I have Alzheimer's. But these people I'm working with, I'll tell you what, that girl here in red is really, really good, and that girl that plays my wife is really, really good. It's funny because my wife reminds me of Martha Stewart, the way she talks. And she can be like catty, too. Kind of a catty little... I kind of liked it. I thought it was awesome. So here's another shot of my wife, Shelley. And they had wine there. It was funny because the Marissa kept drinking her wine because it's part of her scene. And here's where you see she has no wine. And she had, for the beginning of the scene, wine of the full... Well, I mean, I guess they filmed halfway for wine, but she drank it and she had to refill it a couple times because we took so many takes. And then there's this stalker up here.
Yeah, she just moves around.
Yeah. This is supposed to be my son, Roger. And this is the first time I met them was at this shoot. And actually, I guess nobody knew anybody at that shoot.
No, I don't think so.
This is the assistant director. And this is there's that stalker again. It was.
Hey, you're lucky that stalker was there.
No, you're lucky you were there. I made you a star. You became
Frank.
So Francine.
Yeah.
Supposed to be Frank. Frank didn't make it, so she had to read the lines for him. But
I was willing to do it to help him out.
It was good though because he kept flubbing the lines up when he was doing them while he was taping. So I thought, well, it'd be easier just to have one person do it.
And it also gave you guys, like when you guys were conversing with Frank, instead of trying to figure out where Frank was, it put a warm body in there.
Well, the problem is you weren't there every time. So
yeah, that's true.
I was the only one that was looking the right place. A lot of people were looking the wrong place because he wasn't there. But he was supposed to sit right across from me, so I found the flowers that were right behind me were where I should stare. So, anyway, she has also food on her plate. She has food on her plate. I have no food on my plate. And they didn't put food on my plate till the end, so it looked like...
You might have been coming home from work.
Well, I don't work. I'm retired. I'm
not in there.
I am retired in there.
No, you owned a gravel company, but you sold it.
Well, that means I'm retired. So anyway, it was interesting. We also have this picture here, which is of me conversing with my wife, and here's Marissa getting more potatoes because she had to eat while she was working. Some people got lucky enough to eat when they're working. Oh no, she isn't getting potatoes. She's drinking her wine, which is almost empty at that point. And then the whole shot of everybody. So there we are. I'll tell you, Marissa is hot. If my son weren't dating her, I'd probably date her.
That may be your daughter-in-law.
No, well, I have to get rid of my wife first. But I had a good time though.
It was really fun. Everybody was
It was-
very nice.
It was about. We got there
6.
right before 6.
And we didn't leave till 9:30.
Yeah, it was. We were busy. It was a good time.
And the thing was, the assistant director there,
It's
this
her
was
house.
shot in her home.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's really cool. I like her a lot.
Oh, yeah.
She actually has her own filmmaking company and Creative
Scales.
Scales LLC.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined her Creative Scales thing on
Instagram. No?
on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, she said that was her childhood home that she grew up in, and she still lives there.
it's a very
and
nice house.
it even has its own security.
Yes, it does. It's a bit antiquated, but it has its own
Hey.
security. She has a suit of armor behind the TV. It was kind of funny that she had that there, but it actually kind of works. You know, I liked her house. It was pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. You know, she'd say, can I get you anything?
She was really nice.
Oh, definitely.
I want to know these people really well because he's the director and she's the assistant director on the shoot. I want them to work on my Vital
Yes.
Idol project, so I'm going to pitch them to them. Well, I already pitched it a little bit to Nick. I didn't give him the script because I need to format the script the right way, and so I like it though. I think it's really an interesting project, and that was my first shoot. I only have really one other major scene out of the whole thing, but I think this cast worked pretty good together, considering they didn't know each other. And look at these butterflies above my head. But anyway, that's what I did Sunday.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was-
just,
Or-
yeah.
Was that Sunday?
Yeah, it was Sunday.
I got my days messed up because yesterday really messed
I'll
me
keep
up.
you straight, don't worry.
But anyway, so that's what we got. All right.
Yeah,
Now-
because I was really afraid that we'd be there till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it would be that late because I knew that the actual script that we were doing wasn't that long.
No, but you
But it-
also told me that he wanted to shoot it several different
Which he
ways,
did.
and
He did it a lot.
yeah,
He changed a lot more than I thought he was going to.
even if it's just one little thing.
Yep. But I think it's going to be. It should be interesting if the rest of the shoots go as well as that went. And then the other shoot I have is the car thing,
Yeah.
and I'm not even on camera for most of that. So that'll be good because that's less things that I have to worry about being on cue. I could just say the lines. I don't have to.
Who knows the way that goes? They might shoot you.
Oh, good. That's all I need is to be shot.
No,
I'm
I'm
sure
in
you'd
the
like
car.
that. You're not getting
in
my
the
key.
car.
Oh, yeah, that's great. A drive-by. Good. I'm going to do things out of order because I want to do these quickly, these COVID ones, because I found that they were interesting. What?
Nietzsche says, time to change the lyrics from jazz man to trash man.
Jasmine. It was fun. I really thought that my role was pretty good, and I liked what I was supposed to do, and I feel I pulled it off the way they wanted. I did it a different way than the way I wanted to, but when the director gave me some direction of what he wanted, I did it his way, and I don't care. Whatever the director wants, the director gets. And I gave it some of. He took some of my ideas, and I took some of his ideas, and we put together a character that, if this gets to be what I want it to be, hey, I don't care. I'm happy. I got a chance to act with other actors, and I'll tell you what, the girl in the red dress and my work wife are really, really good.
Yes.
And the other guy was good too, but I mean
He didn't have very many lines.
He
though.
didn't, yeah, he didn't have that many lines. And actually, he made me laugh with the line when they changed how he said it. And originally, his main line was, the guy Frank, who wasn't there by some strange instance, he was supposed to be there. He chokes on a piece of chicken, and he is the best friend of
Roger.
And Roger was mad at him and just said, when I come back, when I come into the room, I said, "What did I miss?" And he goes,
Frank
almost died. And then he starts laughing because he was how stupid that Frank was for choking on the meat and stuff. And the one time he did it was so funny. First 20 times he did it wasn't funny, but when they zoomed in on him for his line, he did it right. He did it dead on, and he just said it and started laughing like he would laugh, and I just cracked up because I wasn't even in the, I was just sitting down. I just couldn't believe he said it that way. It was hilarious.
Yeah, because I think he added the words, "It was awesome."
Mm-hmm. When he said it was awesome, I started laughing because I can envision me doing that to somebody. But it was, when it gets released, I'll let you guys see it. Or I'll actually play it on the air if they let us.
Cool.
I don't know if they'll let us or not, but, that'd be kind of fun. But I just loved it. So, all right, I want to do these couple mask things because there's things that I want to say about masks. We're all wearing masks now, or supposed to be wearing masks, but in 1918, we had an issue like this before. And they actually, in the 1918-1919 influenza pandemic, as we have now, there were lots of people that didn't like wearing masks. So, they did what they had to do to get people to wear masks. What did they do? Well, they fined people that didn't wear masks. And they were pretty hefty fines for that time. And in this one case, a group called the Anti-Mask League held a protest in a ballroom that was attended by 2,000 people in 1919. And, the Anti-Mask League was, of course, similar to what we have going on now where people don't want to wear their masks. And it said here that it says, just last month in Michigan, the day after Governor Gretchen Whitmer imposed a mask mandate, a man was shot dead by police after stabbing a male customer over a dispute of not wearing a mask in a store. Okay, if I get told I've got to wear a mask or leave, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to stab somebody and spend the rest of my life in jail. I don't know. Just me, maybe. Today, the anti-mask sentiment has a virulence and violence of its own. In 1918, the influenza pandemic killed 675,000 Americans.
Wow.
And there were how many Americans then? Not nearly what they have now. So that's probably a good number of Americans that died. So, I don't know, just keep that in mind when you're being told to wear masks. And it's not anti-patriotic, it's not patriotic, it's neither. It's just...
It's if you want this thing to go away, wear it to protect other people from spreading it. They'll wear theirs to protect you from spreading it. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I mean, get it over with. But the thing is, I didn't know that this mask pandemic was in 1918. So, it's interesting. But we had to do it then. And if we can get it over with, if we had all done this in the very, very beginning, instead of people being smart like saying, I'm not going to wear it, because this is against my rights. This is anti-American. Just kind of weird. So, I just found it interesting, and I just wanted to share that with you. Then the next thing, this is what I wanted to tell you that I found interesting. The new saliva-based COVID-19 test could be a fast and cheap game changer. They have a new test. I don't know if this is what they gave my mom or not.
They were talking about that on the town hall meeting today.
Yeah, I mean, they may have given my mom that. My mom got tested, of course, because she went into the hospital. And she went in the hospital around 1 a.m., midnight, something like that. Well, I picked her up at around midnight. And they gave her a test, and they got it back in 12 hours.
Oh, that must have been right after we got home.
Yeah, I got a text right after we got home.
Wow.
I looked down at my watch, I thought, who's texting me now? And when I saw it was my sister, I thought, okay, now that means there is a problem, because my sister never texts me. Anyway, after the months of frustration over testing shortages and delays, a new saliva test could give Americans fast and inexpensive option to learn if they have COVID-19. Researchers at the Yale School of Public Health created a saliva test which received emergency use authorization from the FDA on Saturday.
He said he had to get it.
Really? Interesting. Well, I'm glad you hopefully don't have it, because I had it and I know what it's like, and I guarantee you.
But you never got tested for it.
I had it, though.
I know,
Trust
I
me.
know, but what I'm saying is, now, I mean, you had it before it became a pandemic, and
I had it before it was big, before it was cool to have it. I had it before it was cool. And I'll tell you what, nobody wants to get this. Nobody. I guarantee it. I would bet my life on it, because after having it, that was the worst thing I could ever imagine having, because it just kills you. It beats you up. It beats you so bad. And, oh, man.
he said he's been sick all weekend. He had to take it to be safe, which is understandable.
Well, they need a quick way to determine whether or not you have it. They just need it, because who's going to wait 7 days or 15 days to determine whether or not you got this?
Right.
I guess I didn't put the other article in here. I guess I got to put that other article in here too. See, I ought to give you a list of all the things we're going to talk about, and you can put them in as you can. I only missed one, so it's not bad. But when I go along and I skip them, and I realize, oh, I didn't put this in, then I have to go back and do that, and it's really bizarre. But yeah, the thing is, this isn't the first time that we've had this issue. So people that don't know the history are saying, well, this is against our rights, and this really isn't a rights thing, and it's not a Democrat Republican thing. It is really not. It's things that some people still believe that this is against their rights, and some people do believe that this is something that that my sister still believes that it's a conspiracy thing, and she doesn't believe it's real. And I mean, she believes there is COVID, but she doesn't believe it's nearly as bad as all the things that everybody says.
We were sent an email at work today, and I forwarded it home. I was trying to see, one of the documents that they sent us was how to, like, if we're on campus or in our office building and we see somebody not wearing a mask, because there's been people complaining that they see students or doctors or whoever, not wearing the masks outside on campus, where we should be still having them on even outside when we're in close encounters. And what they did was they sent us kind of like some guided scripts on how to say, hey, please wear your mask. Is there something I can do? Do you need one? Or,
Right.
To try and be tactful about it, but you still have a lot of people that are just, they do not want to wear them.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody likes wearing them,
Oh, I don't.
except the robbers, cowboys and robbers or whatever. They love to wear them, but they usually like to wear them to just banks and stuff like that, or supermarkets. Well, not supermarkets, but
And it's funny, I got to thinking about this. For people who have sleep apnea, who have to wear, like, my CPAP covers my face, my nose and my mouth.
Well, that should be okay. I would think that they would have filtration on that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't like wearing my mask because I can't breathe. But when you think about it, I have to wear that mask at night, but then I'm asleep, so I don't
Yeah, but that
know.
mask helps you sleep, so...
Yeah, it's supposed to, anyway.
Yeah. Also, there was this goes out to the idiots in social media, shows a mostly maskless crowd gathering at a party at an off-campus housing near Georgia College. Why? I just don't understand why these people don't wear them. I mean, they're not social distanced. They are not. And, how stupid can you be? We know this. I want to see this thing go away. These people just don't care, and there's just unbelievable 700. This one had a New Jersey. It says New Jersey governor condemns house at packed Airbnb with over 700 guests. I don't know how many were at this particular one in Georgia, but that's just ridiculous. I can't fathom it. I mean, they're people 18 to 29. Okay, so even if they don't die from it, they could be carriers of it. And it says on Sunday, the department reported 1,873 new cases and 33 deaths statewide, for a total of 237,000 cases and 4,700 deaths in Georgia since the state began tracking the virus. For almost 5,000 deaths in 8 months? Not even, seven months.
Since March.
No, yeah, so it would be 6 months. I just don't get it. I don't get why is there not responsible people? And it's not like if you drive drunk, you could just have an accident and kill yourself. You could have an accident and kill someone else with this. You could actually kill other people. And look at Kamala. I mean, he died because somebody was infected that went to his dialysis. There are tons of these things happening, and people just don't seem to care. They just don't seem to care. I don't know. It blows me away that people have no. They have no
decency.
Common sense. Common sense. I mean, this could still kill you, no matter what age you are. Even though it does kill mostly the elderly and the young, it doesn't mean you aren't going to die, and it doesn't mean that you aren't going to kill someone else. So, here's another one that's really, really, really sad. This one's sad. New Jersey couple dies hours apart, just 2 days after losing their son to coronavirus.
That's awful.
It's really sad. Jersey couple married 62 years died just 2 days apart after losing their son to the virus. John Frieda, 51-year-old optician, who is best described as funny, thoughtful, intelligent, and introspective, lost his battle with COVID-19 on April 22nd, said Murphy. His parents, Larry and Vicky, died just 2 days apart. 2 days later, hours apart. The couple also died from COVID. So there you have three people.
Wow.
The son, 51, and that hits home because we're around that age.
Yeah.
So,
and with my health issues, I'm at a higher risk.
You're with the diabetes and all that stuff, you are at higher risk. And I had it, and I just am so glad that I lived, because I didn't, at the time, I just wanted to die. I really did want to die. And I don't, you know me, I don't ever want to die. No. I'm the kind of guy that is fearing death at all.
You just are doing everything you can not to.
Right. But I actually wanted to die in January because I felt so bad. I was talking to Pam, and I said, make me ready to, please be ready to come and see me when I go, because I can actually see you, and I hope you didn't find someone else up there.
And the bad thing is the one thing that they have said in the town hall meetings at work is that if one of your family members has it that you live with, you have to self-quarantine.
Well, yeah.
And people are saying, oh, well, my partner has it, but I'm okay because I'm not showing any symptoms. That's not it.
That.
Just please do what's asked of you. Do the right thing.
It's sad about this family here, because here you lost a whole family.
Yes. My friend Amy, her mother come up from Alabama because her brother had tested positive, and she's like, Mom, come up here with me. stay with me, to get this until he gets through this. And I mean, what else can you do? The mother couldn't stay down there, even though she wanted to, because that's her son, but she had to protect herself.
Sure. Yeah, it's crazy. And then here's another New Jersey story. New Jersey Shores bar fixed crowd, mask-free lines, but knucklehead problem spots remain. So they've got Governor Phil Murphy on Monday applauded the efforts of 3 popular Jersey Shore bars for taking steps to improve mask wearing and social distancing for customers waiting in line outside, but took aim at bars still not taking steps to prevent the coronavirus. So it says here that the management at DJ's in Belmar, Jenkins in Point Pleasant Bar, and Anticipation in Lake Como for forcibly social distancing mandates after a report found these establishments had crowded lines. So,
well, the one question I thought of earlier today that I don't know who to ask.
So here's what they did. See how they social distanced people. They put these pylons out and made people stand between them to, yeah.
But how do you combat different medical professionals saying different things? Like the medical professionals in the hospital that I work at, they tell me one thing, but yet I know the medical professionals where my sister works are saying something different, and
you don't know.
You don't. So you kind of have to go with what's around you.
Well, with what makes sense. I mean, the things that make sense to me are, if you wear a mask, you help other people not get something you have.
Right.
If they don't wear a mask, they're not helping you.
Right, and I get that.
That's
that.
all we can go by.
But, like when I went up Saturday morning and I did my little trip to get the mug, okay, when my mom asked me to stop over, she asked me to wear a mask even though I wasn't going in the house.
Yeah.
Only because Dauphin County has more cases down here. I mean, I did it only because I'm so used to doing it.
I would have done it out of respect to her.
Right.
And
but the thing
doesn't matter what the truth is at that point, because
forget it.
No, listen to me. It doesn't matter what the truth is.
I'm trying to make a point.
I know, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter what the truth is. Because if they believe that that's whatever they believe, you're not going to be able to change their mind.
But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that they are going off of the professionals that are up there that they talk to.
Understood.
I go off the professionals that I work with.
Right.
Those don't matter. They're not agreeing. They're not saying the same thing.
Right.
So it causes problems among families because who's right and who isn't. They are both right.
Understood. But your family is always right.
No, we won't go there.
Is what I'm saying. And it's just a little kind of respect thing that whatever they want in their house is what they should get in their house.
Well, that's why I didn't stay long.
I don't blame you. This is interesting. Arizona School District cancels classes after several dozen teachers call out sick over the coronavirus concerns. This is interesting stuff because I kept saying, if I had a kid, I don't know that I would send him to school because of the coronavirus. And these teachers are standing together saying, we're not coming in. And, what are you going to do? You're going to get replacement teachers? Yeah, you might be able to get a couple, but you may not be able to get enough to cover. I think that it's crazy when we're talking about this, about kids. Kids are not going to be listening to social distancing. Kids are not going to, follow the rules. I mean, there's always those like me that would follow the rules, but more than... And the thing is, the teachers are at more risk than than the kids. And I read something today that was interesting to me. The female teachers are about 75% of our teachers in the elementary school, and about 60% of the it was 60% of the teachers in the high school. So I found that interesting. I guess I knew that deep down inside, because when I was a kid, most of my teachers in I think all my teachers in elementary school were females. But I mean, it's changed since then.
Yeah.
But
I was trying to think. All mine were.
Yeah.
There was only maybe
That has nothing to do with COVID. But
1 or 2 male teachers when I was in elementary school.
It's interesting because I just never thought about it. But although I will say that as a kid, I grew up thinking that only women were teachers because I was only exposed to that.
Well, at that time, a lot of women also could have stayed home and been housewives.
I got 2 more. High school student in Oklahoma knowingly went to school with coronavirus.
Ugh.
So he exposed 17 other students after attending school with a positive diagnosis. See, I just don't understand why the parents allowed it. He knew he was... was his parents pushing him to go to school? I mean, whose fault is it? The student or the parents there? So I don't know. I just don't understand why that even happened. I would have thought that there's got to be people out there with common sense yet. But it only takes one without common sense to screw it up for everybody. And it just seems to keep going, and we hear more and more stuff like this that just is stupid. This kind of stuff shouldn't happen, but it keeps happening. This is why I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to leave the house, and some people think I'm crazy for not wanting to leave the house, but I'm not crazy. I just don't want to get sick again with this stupid thing. I don't know if I can get it again, but I'll tell you what, I don't want to get it again. And I believe this is the last one I have on the coronavirus. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is crazy. 24 infections associated with a Maine wedding.
You shouldn't have gone to that wedding.
Oh, no, I didn't. I don't go to weddings. Because who knows? I want to make sure it's not mine. But anyway, 24 Maine residents tested positive for the coronavirus after a wedding reception. The state's first outbreak linked to a social gathering. 18 people attended the April 7th reception, and 6 others who had close contact with attendees subsequently tested positive. Why? Does anybody have common sense anymore?
Nope.
I know. It really irritates me too. Get over here. Come on.
As long as I'm sitting there petting him, he's fine.
Come here. Get over here. Yeah, you. Troublemaker. Anyway, yeah, it just keeps going. I don't want to talk about coronavirus anymore today, but I just wanted to get them out of the way because I found that those were interesting stories showing that people have no common sense. And just drives me crazy. Let's talk about something cool and sexy, like Rebel Wilson.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
That's my girl. I'm telling you, I love her ever since I first saw her, and I didn't care if she was 100 pounds or 400 pounds. I just found that she was just funny, and I like a funny girl. So she has slimmed herself down. She's 40, and she is on a journey to lose 165 pounds before the end of 2020.
Wow.
And she's down. Look at her. That's the same girl.
Wow, that is awesome.
I think I want somebody to pass along that she has Mike Trash's approval for whatever she's doing, because she's doing it right. So it's just really cool to see. I mean, she looks like a whole different person.
Oh, definitely.
So just I'm following her things, and I think she's doing it because she knows I would want to be with her, and I would be with her regardless, because she's funny and she's got that Australian accent, which, by the way, would drive me nuts after a while. I used to think that I loved a southern accent until I met a girl and started dating this girl that had a southern accent, and after a while it drove me nuts.
Because you couldn't understand
Oh,
her?
I could understand her. I just thought it was when I was tired, I was less liking it. But anyway, she there's what she looked like. There's what she looks like. That is just a world of difference. I don't know how much weight she's lost, but it shows. It really shows. I find it hard to believe that that's the same person. But, I liked her the way she was. I would take that.
And it's better for her. I mean,
Yeah.
getting healthier.
And she's doing it at a good age. She should have, that's when I decided to lose weight too, because I was like 468 pounds when I was 40.
Well, the one guy that I work with, he just come back from his surgery. And he's lost, I think he said, about 20 pounds since the surgery, but he doesn't know if it really works because he still feels hungry.
Oh, he shouldn't be hungry.
I know. But he said, he feels great. He's noticed the difference in the weight that he has lost because he has more energy to do things.
Well, if he isn't doing what the doctor says,
He says he is, so...
he's going to regret. The only way you could not do good with the surgery is to forcibly not do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So, anyway, Rebel looks good. Rebel. And shame on her parents for naming her that. I don't think it must not be her real name, but it might be her real name. So, last week, AGT had a guest hostess for in for Simon Cowell.
Okay.
And you guessed it after I gave you hints. I don't think you'll guess this one because you probably don't know who he is. But do you know who this week's guest is?
No.
He was a Saturday Night Live guy. Actually, I think he still is. And he is black. I'll give you that.
Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart was not a Saturday Night
I never watched Saturday Night
Well,
Live.
that's dumb. Why would you follow that?
Rebel's real name, she was born Melanie Elizabeth.
Rebel Melanie Elizabeth Wilson. Why? Oh, okay. Born. Oh, okay. So she did the. Okay. Well, I think she definitely is hot. And she was hot before.
Yep, and she's only 40.
Kenan Thompson subs for Simon Cowell.
Okay.
And there he is. That's what he looks like.
Okay.
You may have seen him on some things because he has acted on more than just Saturday Night Live, but that's what he's known for. He looks like he's lost a lot of weight too because he used to be pretty chubby. So he's funny though, and I'll tell you the girl definitely did a good job on the show last week.
Good.
So, but she never saw any of them, so it was all new to her. But it was a decent show this week. I had a hard time, or last week I had a hard time figuring out what out of the 11 who the 5 or 6 would be that I would pick, and I just have a tough time with that because I imagine what it would be to narrow that down because there's so many that you like. And there's a couple that you don't like. There's a couple that I didn't like off the top. But I got to say that, like, instead of a dog act, they have a pig act. And
That's different.
Yeah, and they do dog stuff. But a lot slower. It's like a slow dog act.
Oh, he still loves you, puppy. Don't worry.
But it was fun. Okay, next. Oh, guess who turned 62?
Ooh.
Your daughter sings her stuff.
Madonna?
Madonna turned 62.
Oh, my goodness.
There she is.
Wow.
She still looks good if that's her at 62. Well, that's pictured in 2019, so that would have been she would have been 61 there. So, tell you what, she's still all right. Ooh, okay, that's the picture they're talking about. Okay, that one looks like she's not happy to be 62.
That one just looks like she's not happy.
To be 62.
Dork.
Hey, who would be? But if you're 62, that means you didn't die yet. Why isn't it?
You could be retired or getting ready to retire, and that should make you happy.
I think that she could have retired any day she wanted to. She's made enough money in her life.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, she's got kids that are making music now, I believe, for some reason. There we go. Yeah, that's not a flattering picture of her. Oh, I guess I could have done it from there. All right. Oh, yeah, there she is. She doesn't seem happy.
Well, that was probably, she was either so tired that she was getting ready to go to sleep, or she just woke up.
Well, it does say on Saturday night, the eve of her 62nd birthday, the singer uploaded a series of photos that show her rocking fierce gaze. A white floral print dress, multicolored nails, braids, and one serious fan. One serious fan. Okay. The post fetched birthday greetings from longtime pals like Debbie Mazar, Rosie O'Donnell, and Gary O'Siri, and famous fans including Amy Schumer, Gwendolyn Christie, and Trace Lissette, I guess. I don't know how old she is. Well, that's not a bad picture there. Oh, hey. I saw a picture of her in the tub. Anyway,
Brother.
yeah, she turned 62. So, yeah. She's growing up.
I still like her stuff.
I like her older stuff. Haven't heard
The
any-
80s stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything. I don't know. She may have. She probably has new stuff. Did you ever see Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? The movie with...
I don't think so.
That was a movie I loved. It had Steve Martin and the guy I always says reminds me of me.
Was it Adam Sandler?
What? That would not be it. No.
Told you I never watched the movie.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be making a remake of it. It's going to star Will Smith and Kevin Hart.
Oh, boy. That could be interesting.
I like the original movie. I really don't know what they could... I mean, I guess I could see those two making it pretty funny. Especially Kevin Hart just drives me funny. I mean, I love him. But Will Smith, I think it could be pretty interesting to see those two doing it. Movie. I don't think they've been in.
Yeah, make sure you clarify.
I don't think they've been in any movies together yet. But Kevin Hart's made a lot of movies, and I've yet to really hate any of his movies. And the ones he's been in with Rock, I've loved them. I've loved every one of them. So, it'll be interesting. And it says here they're also going to have Aisha Carr. She'll write the script. Her TV credits include Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No, this is the first movie they've done together.
Okay. Well, I really liked the original. John Candy was in the original with Steve Martin. And John Candy was this annoying big guy, and he just would drive Steve Martin crazy with all the stuff he would do. And he kept making it hard for them to get from point A to point B. And so that was a good movie. I really here's a scene from it. It just is so obnoxious There's
Chiclets. Oh, I remember them.
Well, they're stuck.
Cracker Jacks.
I'll turn this off that way. Maybe I'll not get in as much trouble. But
Oh.
YouTube's going to give me a strike on this, as they've given me on many different things. Here he's sleeping,
Oh my goodness.
and Steve Martin doesn't realize it till he wakes up. And this movie was back in mid '80s that this came out, so it was
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was when Steve Martin realizes that there's somebody there.
Uh-oh.
It was just a funny movie.
Oh,
I love that movie. And one of my favorite scenes was, it looks like this is my favorite scene. They're driving down the highway.
oh, jeez.
It's not what he wants. He's trying to tell him there's something wrong with the car. You're going the wrong way. How would he know where we're going? And they're in the wrong lane. The tractor trailers are coming this way. John Candy was great. He died so young.
Oh,
It's such a shame. He was such a great actor, or such a great comedian. And of course, Steve Martin. You said you never saw The Jerk, right?
no.
That's got to be on your wish list.
I married two of them, though.
You should write that down for movies that you need to watch. That,
Okay.
along with The Holy Grail, along with this. Because if you've never seen this, you will want to watch this. And there's their luggage. That's one of the greatest scenes ever.
Okay, so let's see.
Bent the steering wheel. It was funny. I love that movie. Hey, Tamara. How you doing?
Planes, trains.
And automobiles.
Yeah. And what was the other one?
Holy Grail.
Got that one.
And probably The Jerk.
The Jerk.
Would be a
Okay.
good one to watch, because those are classic movies that you really need to see at least once. You don't have to see them more than once, but you got to see them at least once. Holy Grail you probably have to see more than once to get all the weird things that are going on. But if you're not a Monty Python fan, once is probably your limit. So, anyway, so we'll see their version of it, and you think about it. When that was released, there were no cell phones really out, and there was no modern GPSs or anything like that. So they're going to have to adapt for that. So I don't know. It might be different enough to make it good. I mean, it'll probably be good anyway, because those two are usually pretty good in what they do. Will Smith rarely ever makes me not like his movies.
Oh, I know.
I think
it's in his nature.
Trying to think if I ever disliked any of his movies. I've
I don't
given
think so.
most of his movies a thumbs up, a big thumbs up. I might have given one of his movies a not so big thumbs up, but for the most part, I will say that he's never really disappointed me. And John Candy, he was just really funny. He just died young.
Yeah, way
And,
too young.
Well, he was doing all kinds of things he shouldn't have been. So,
Okay.
that generation of Saturday Night Live stars were doing really heavy drugs. Did you ever see Blues Brothers?
No.
Put that on your list. That is probably one of my all-time favorite movies. My all-time favorite.
I mean, I've heard of it.
No, you got to see it to appreciate it, because that movie, to me, was a game changer.
Okay.
My brother and I used to do a Blues Brothers gimmick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was one of the only times that we got along. he was Dan Aykroyd and I was John Belushi. And, you know, we would just. It didn't last long, but we did that, and we actually were in a band together. It was a long, long time ago. Wow, that was probably 45 years ago.
Wow. Well, it's on the list now.
Those are ones, because whenever we say I don't know what to watch, that's stuff we could definitely watch that I think you would like. So, anyway.
If we can find them.
Well, I own a lot of that because in my library.
Okay.
So I can find most of those. All right. What else we got here? AMC, they're opening up real soon. I don't know what to do about it. They clarified social distancing protocols. It says there's a viral tweet making the rounds that made it look like AMC was throwing caution to the wind and not enforcing social distancing between assigned theater seats, as they plan to do, as they open this Thursday.
Wow. I don't see them, I know they go in and they sweep the floors and stuff after the movies are over, but I don't see them wiping down all the seats.
Well, here's what they're going to do. In the non-recliner stuff, AMC will make available maximum of 30% of seating capacity in every showtime. That's the first thing they're going to do. 30%. When we went to see movies, we rarely had a lot of people at the ones we were at.
Right.
So, but we went at early times because in the recliner auditoriums, they'll automatically block out every other row of seats. Okay.
Okay.
Because of the maximum 30% tickets available in reserved seating auditoriums, there is ample room for guests to maintain proper social distancing throughout the auditorium. We recognize this may mean a rare circumstance where guests do not end up in the seat they selected. We sincerely disapprove. Whatever. It says Phase 2, rolling out our initial opening beginning today. Oh, beginning today. Okay. I'll stop moving so I can read this. They'll move into Phase 2 when capacity rises to 40%. We'll be able to implement automatic seat blocking as part of Phase 2. Recliner auditoriums ticketing will automatically block out one seat on either side of every party. So if you pick seats 2, 3, and 4, seat 1 will block and seat 5 will block.
So that you can still stay with your group.
Yes.
Okay. That might be all right.
And usually with those, there is enough room between because the recliners recline.
Right.
There's enough room between them. But we don't go to those auditoriums very often. It says the reason seating charts were not displayed in skip seats. It says here, in non-reserved seating, they'll block out every other row. But you see, that's still not going to help you seat to seat. Every other row isn't going to help you. I mean, it will, but...
Unless they do both, every other row and...
I don't know.
They might do both. Whereas if you're in seats 2, 3, and 4, they block out 1 and 5, but they'll also block the row in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. Here we go. Here's the seating chart. So, there you got...
What?
I just...
I don't know.
Oh, okay, so I see what they're doing. So if you bought these seats, they're going to block the seats in front of you and blocking seats behind you, and then they'll put some in between, I guess. I see how they're doing it. So if there's somebody behind you, these seats will be blocked. And if someone's in front of you, well, that's why these are all blocked. Okay. All right, that's interesting. Why are you crying? You're too old to be crying. Come on, Eric. Come on. Yeah. Come over here and be happy. Be happy, puppy. So, yeah, I guess I get it. I get how they're doing it.
I could see that.
They're blocking in front if there's...
But if you notice that one column has X's the whole way down, so...
Well, that's only because it's just out of dumb luck, because
Yeah.
it's, the way it works out. So, like, we usually like the back row, so that would block out people in front of us and to the side of us, but it would still... Unless, it depends
and we
what-
wouldn't have to have them tripping over us or walking in front of us. Well,
That remains to be seen. I'm not sure how I feel about going back to the theaters yet anyway. I'm probably going to wait a little bit longer because I want to see how the theaters have...
how they adjust.
how they adjust to it, because I'm really concerned about it. I want to go to theaters because I miss it, but I'm not going to risk my
Right.
health over watching a movie. It's just crazy stuff. So, but anyway, you know, it's good at least to have a plan. And it looks like if they're doing old movies, looks like this is the 20th of this month, 2020, with Back to the Future. Doesn't look like a new movie.
Well, the other thing they could do is take the two end seats on each row, or, you know, every other row, and just let two people sit at a time. And if you have a group of four, you take, you know, the two seats here, then the two seats behind them, and
Yeah,
I don't know if that would work.
I don't know. Also, WWE has been doing all their filming at the Performance Center.
Right.
They're going to now create a Thunderdome in another location.
Oh.
They're going to have a residency in Orlando's Amway Center. So what they're going to do is they're setting it up. Well, one thing I guess I should probably do. I didn't think of this. I should. Well, maybe I can do this. They're going to set it up as if there was an audience there, and they're going to.
They're going to need a lot of cardboard cutouts, aren't
Well,
they?
they're going to do. Let me. I'll explain it as best I can. It's not easy to explain because it was kind of confusing to me, but I know what they're trying to do. So they're trying to do what America's Got Talent did Thursday.
Okay.
So what they did Thursday, I wonder if I can find, can you look to see what America's Got Talent, America's Got Talent got pretty smart. I kind of like what they did. It was very interesting what they did. They created a virtual audience. And I don't know if that's what they're going to do or not. It says here they're setting up at the Amway Center in Orlando. It says here the sports entertainment brand is establishing a residency at the arena with a new set, and they've dubbed it Thunderdome. They'll feature large LED screens that will virtually bring fans into the arena via live video. The strategy is similar to that being used to the NBA to give people the feeling that they're at a live event. And per the WWE, Thunderdome will feature pyrotechnics, laser graphics, and drone cameras. The first one will be filmed at the new location at SmackDown Live this Friday. The upcoming SummerSlam pay-per-view on the 23rd will also originate from the Amway Center. And it says here, fans can register to be part of the events on their website and social channels. So what they're doing is, did you see anything on there?
That's what I'm
Did you?
trying to send you.
Okay, all right.
It's just taking forever.
Okay. I thought it was pretty cool because what they did was they had a virtual audience. Is there a picture of it?
Well, this one, it tells you how to join it, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, that's
But when
half of it.
Right.
But what they did was they had a giant stage, and they left
Here.
actually videos. Yes.
Okay, let me see.
Yes, send me that link, that page,
Okay.
because that would be a perfect thing to show what I'm trying to show. it was a really smart idea. So I liked what they were doing, what they were trying to do. Why didn't it show? Why didn't my thumb? Oh, I gotta refresh this. Just want to make sure I did the Thunderdome thing. Yeah, I did. Good. So what they did, what's wrong?
It's slow.
What's wrong with your computer?
It's slow.
Well, why is it slow?
Because it's slow.
Just tell me where this Bing, what'd you do? Bing search?
America's Got Talent virtual audience.
That's what I want. Yeah, I'll probably find it quicker because your thing's so
It
slow.
is very slow.
That's really odd. Okay, let's see. AGT. Virtual audience. Take a virtual audience. Virtual audience. Nope, not audition, dummy. Virtual audience. It was so cool the way they did this. Let's see. Trying to see if. Where is it? Why did it come up in all?
Because I spelled AGT out.
Oh.
And you have virtual reality.
Oh, no, that's not what I want. Virtual audience. Audience, here we go. That'll probably give me what I want. Alright, let's see if this has it. I thought it was really unique and very, very smart. Oh, here you go. You go to the waiting list and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And what's cool is they had a whole wall behind them of tons of people that were videoing in. So you got to see, the whole. You could be in the audience from home,
right?
And so you got the reactions of the audience while you were performing, which was really difficult. I can tell you right now that if you're a comedian, you're going to have a hard time doing a comedy show with an audience with no audience, because you reflect on what their reactions are. So it really was interesting that they came up with this idea of the virtual audience. I would have never even thought about it, but it's really, really cool the way they did it. And plus they're in Universal Studios out in California, so they used some of the sets out there, and the people were doing their audition on a set, and they were being filmed on the set, and it was playing on the stage.
Oh, wow.
And the one guy was in Taiwan or something too, and they set him a stage up. They didn't fly him in, they just set his stage up because he was one of the people that made it to the live shows, so he didn't have to leave his home country.
Oh, cool.
And
that saved them airplane fare.
Well, it was really, I'll tell you what, I didn't remember him until he started playing. He played ukulele, and I thought, oh, ukulele, I can't believe they're going to list the ukulele player. He played ukulele like a rock star.
Wow.
He had pedals. He was playing that thing like a lead guitar, and I was impressed. I couldn't not like him after that. So it was really cool. But it's kind of cool. Oh, good. They're currently taping American Ninja Warrior,
Yay.
too. Good. Maybe we can get tickets for that. If we can do it virtual, we can maybe, if we find out that it's a day that we're not busy, we can do that.
I'd be all for that.
That would be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind watching the AJT, too. To watch that through the virtual system and see how it works. That would be cool. I was wondering how they were going to do it, because how are you going to do the live shows with no live audience? But apparently they have been working on trying to figure out a way to continue their show, because that's why we're at least getting new things to watch. That's crazy. Who would have thought? And
where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, where there's creativity, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's awesome. So, anyway, where are we at here? Yeah, I thought it was that's what WWE is going to do. They're going to have a virtual audience.
Nice.
So maybe, well, I I'm not sure where I'm going to be Sunday, so I can't do it on this one. But maybe on a future one, I'll do a WWE virtually. That would be interesting. But I like the idea that they're doing this. So maybe we'll actually see new TV shows.
Okay.
So they took a couple weeks off because they didn't know how to do it. They didn't know what they were going to do. Because you figure the auditions went until March, and then they had to stop, and then they thought of a way to do it virtually when I watched it in part of it in June or July, and then they were probably thinking, well, what are we going to do with these live shows? Because we can't have an audience. Somebody thought of a way to have an audience. So it's kind of cool because now they can do it. Now, not only, I heard it first, or saw it first on them, but then I understood how WWE is going to do it, because they're going to probably do the same thing. They're probably going to have virtual people seating, and so they can actually. It'll be cool to watch it from those angles, though.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's interesting. It's got me intrigued, and it did work out pretty good with the Kelly Clarkson show, where she was the one guest host. So who knows? If it works out, we may be watching TV a whole new way. I'm wondering how they're going to do like Walking Dead. Virtual actors. Do them all on a green screen. It's really weird.
I almost asked you for a green screen today.
What's that? Why?
Well, at that town hall meeting, I saw two of the panelists. They had the same background. They had a picture of Lifeline flying over. And you could tell that that's not, that wasn't their way their office was decorated. But I thought, how cool would that be if when I have the meetings at work, our staff meetings, that we have to do the Zoom for, have a green screen so I can say I'm on the beach.
Yeah, but you would need something like the program to run to get that. Here's the last entertainment news that you'll find interesting. The reason I know you will, because you keep telling me that you watch Golden Girls.
Yes.
The home that the Golden Girls were in.
It's up for sale.
No, it's sold.
Oh!
How much do you think they wanted?
Oh my God, I know it was an astronomical price.
They wanted $1 million.
Yeah.
Guess what they got?
$1.2 million.
$4 million.
Whoa!
There was a 9-person bidding war.
Oh my goodness!
For this 4-bedroom house that was never filmed in the sitcom.
Oh.
The interior of the 4-room house was never filmed in the sitcom. You only saw it from the outside. That's like the Brady Bunch house. Remember, they moved, or they rebuilt the Brady Bunch house.
Unbelievable.
The home was sold for the first time since the owners built it in 1955. So the original owners owned it up until now. The exterior of the 4-bedroom home is a 2,900 square foot dwelling. It's smaller than this house.
Wow.
Shot for fictional home of Blanche, Rose, Dorothy, and Sophia. Or Sophia.
Sophia.
The interior was never taped because the same residents have lived there since it was built. 10 things you never knew about the Golden Girls. Let's see if you do. Hulu removes Golden Girls episode with blackface jokes sparking criticism. Did you know that?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Pretty sad.
Where are the 10 things at? It says 10 things. The iconic property originally was listed for $3 million, but sold for $4 million, following a 9-person bidding war. I just can't imagine someone spending that much money for a 2,900 square.
How would they get approved for a mortgage like that?
Well, they probably had the money. I imagine. Well, where's the 10 things? Oh, I guess you have to go there to get the 10 things. Do you want to know?
Sure.
Don't look. Close your eyes. 10 things you didn't know about the Estelle Getty's massive transformation to become Sophia Petrillo, whatever. So, Getty, who is younger than both B. Arthur and Betty White, underwent a 3-hour transformation to become the 80-year-old sassy Cecilia.
That one I knew.
All right. A British royal was a fan. Did you know that a British
No. Which one?
Queen Elizabeth
Oh, wow.
was such a fan of the series that she requested the cast give a command performance November 21st, 1988. However, racy dialogue the show was famous for had to be toned down a notch.
Wow.
We'll do about 7 minutes from the show, but we'll have to censor a few things for the Queen.
Oh, interesting.
Golden Girls hated cheesecake. One Golden Girl hated cheesecake.
How could you hate cheesecake?
Which
Which
one?
one?
Do you think? I don't know. Which one do you think?
Sophia.
You think Sophia? Okay, I'll pick Betty White. None of the girls loved the sweet stuff. Not all the girls loved the sweet stuff. It was reported that the characters allegedly consumed more than 100 cheesecakes during 7 years. In real life, Bea hates cheesecake. I should have thought it was... I was going to say it was her. I thought it would...
See, when I watched the shows, it showed them always eating, and Sophia never ate, so that's why I thought it was her.
All right. The home was in California, not Miami. So...
Oh, now that I knew.
Blanche and her roommates may have called Miami home, but their ranch-style property was actually located in California.
Wow.
It's in Brentwood. That's where O.J. drove his
Bronco.
St. Olaf is sort of real. What's St. Olaf?
That is the hometown where Rose Nyland was from.
All right.
AKA Betty White.
While Miami residence doesn't exist, Rose's infamous St. Olaf does, sort of. There was no such Norwegian town in Minnesota, but St. Olaf Township does exist in the state. There's also St. Olaf College, located on St. Olaf Avenue in Minnesota, which was founded by a Norwegian community in 1874. So there you go. Elaine Stritch rejected a leading role.
Who's Elaine?
I have no idea. When Susan Harris wrote the pilot for the Golden Girls, she described a character such as Dorothy as a B. Arthur type. However, the role may have gone to actress Elaine Stritch had she not screwed up her audition by throwing out an F-bomb.
Oops.
Who really gave an S about playing some old broad who settles in Miami with her two other old broads and their mother?
Oh. I don't know. I think B. Arthur really nailed that role. I mean,
Okay, so I guess that she's the old woman, the mother.
Yes.
Of who?
The one right beside her.
Of Blanche.
That's Dorothy.
What? That's Dorothy?
No, that's
That's
Sophia.
Dorothy.
That's Dorothy. And the one to the right is Blanche. Blanche is a
What did
slut.
Betty White play?
Rose, the dingbat.
Okay. So she's the mother of her.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Blanche's accent changed in the series.
That I knew.
All right. I didn't know that she had an accent.
She went from real southern to
Atlanta,
hardly...
Georgia. She went from Atlanta, Georgia to, notice that Blanche, originally from Atlanta, Georgia, did not have much of an accent
Yes.
in the pilot. That's because director Jay Sandwich told McLean to rely on her regular Oklahoma accent. However, when director Paul Bogart came on the scene, he wanted McClanahan to use a southern accent. Later, McClanahan revealed she created an exaggerated take on her sultry accent. Rue McClanahan launched a lingerie line in real life, Needy Sexy People. Did you know that?
Yes, because she was always talking about the needy, sexy people.
All right, well, apparently she launched a lingerie line. Perhaps, let's see, my father-in-law, in which Blanche pretended to collect lingerie for needy, sexy people.
Uh-huh.
Who started her own clothing line in
You had to watch
QVC.
the episode.
In McClanahan's 2007 memoir, My First 5 Husbands and All the Ones Who Got Away, she remembered a touch of Rue. I selected fabrics I loved and designed Blanche-inspired garments with my own practical spin. Oh boy.
That's cool.
Says, according to her, the silky gown Pagnor set sold out in minutes. As Blanche's actual culture, McClanahan was allowed to keep 500 of her Golden Girls costumes, which were stored in her New York apartment.
Oh, wow.
A Floridian term became popular. Do you know what the Floridian term is?
No.
Let's find out. The Golden Girls introduced viewers across the nation
Lanai.
to a word Floridians already were very familiar with, lanai. Lanai described as enclosed porch within a more tropical setting. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have known that.
Almost like a sunroom. What
go.
we would call a sunroom.
Oh, wait. I'll be Sophia. Go ahead.
Sophia.
I'll be her.
We're having a surprise birthday party for Blanche. Why don't you go out to the lanai and mingle with the guests?
Okay. What's a lanai?
Porch.
Well, excuse me, Crystal Carrington. I have no idea what that means, but okay. B. Arthur may not have been so Miami nice.
Oh.
Dorothy.
I heard she was hard to work with.
When a 22-year-old marries a man who's 80, chances are she's not after his body, according to Dorothy. Dorothy frequently picking on Rose may not have been an act. In real life, Arthur had an intense dislike for White. According to White, Arthur found her to be a pain in the neck because of her constant cheery attitude. McClanahan believed that their opposite takes on acting might have been a contributing actor. B came from a New York stage point of view, explained McClanahan. She always had what we call the fourth wall. Well, that's something that I learned in college when I took my 2 acting classes in college, and then I decided it wasn't for me because I wasn't outgoing enough to do acting. I tell you, I wish I would have done it. I really wish I wouldn't have been intimidated by that acting class.
And you're doing it now.
I felt like I belonged there, and I felt like I shouldn't have felt that way because those people were all way above me. It says, and Betty came from a television point of view where she would flirt with the audience, pull her skirt up and say, "Hi, sailor," but B never acknowledged the audience. McClanahan also admitted that Arthur never really revealed why she couldn't get along with White. So I
could see some of those. I mean, if you've watched some of the episodes, Rose would say really stupid things.
Rosewood?
Yeah, Rosewood.
Rosewood.
That's a good show too, by the way.
I never saw it.
I did. Only because my dad liked it. But you could just be like, oh, you could see the frustration in her face.
Well, that article I did for you.
Well, thank you.
Because I knew that you would like a little Golden Girls, because you talked about them before, and I am totally ignorant of the Golden Girls because I never really wanted to watch these 4 old bitty girls.
You would like Blanche.
Which one's Blanche?
The slut.
I like her already.
I told you.
Well, she's only a little bit out of my age group now. I mean, a lot from way back then, but...
Oh, she dated younger guys. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't... I used to date older women, too, at one time, but... Anyway... How we doing? Oh, we're doing good. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this one guy... Apparently some people don't like to have legal license plates.
Oh.
So they do really bizarre things to cover up their legal license plate.
Okay.
And I never saw any of them until I saw this video. And this video is really interesting to improve legal license plates at night. But the video is actually... Where's the video at? Shoot, I saw it somewhere. Where's it at?
I actually saw an interesting license plate. Was it yesterday?
Maybe it is that one.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. It was NIT space RYDR. And it was on a black Subaru.
Well, I have a whole article that I'm going to use when we have time that we can do it. 100 banned personalized license plates. And there's a lot of them that are... There's a good reason they're banned. But that's not... I gotta find the video. I saw it the other day. Where is it? Wait a minute. I saw it on here. Why can't I find it?
Because they took it down.
Well, they do these weird things. Like this one, they this video was really good because you could see... Wait a minute. Maybe it was at the very... No, it was not at the very top.
Is that it right there?
This is just showing pictures. This isn't. This was an actual video of showing the things that they did. I wonder if this is it. No, that's not it. Where is the video? It was a really cool video where people would take this, say this, and they would cover up the one letter with a white thing so it would change so that if they got pulled over.
Oh, kind of like mine?
Well, yours isn't on purpose.
It depends. It'd beat a parking ticket.
Where is it? Oh, man, I can't.
Yeah, somebody says the letter O when it's not. It's a 0.
Well, it was actually much more complicated. Some people really went all out in changing their plates, and I wanted to play that video.
Like if it had ILLEGL and you cover up the first IL for illegal and legal.
They would change it like from I to 1 to a 1. They would actually go in there and make it, put like pieces of tape on it and cut it out. So it would make it look like it's different. It was interesting. I really wish I could find that video now because I can't. I don't know what happened to it because it's not here.
That's where you have to know what the people that make the license plates will and will not
Here it
use.
is. Oh, I think I found it. Maybe not. It looks like a military agency. I don't think that's it.
They won't use a letter I. They'll use the 1.
Then maybe it's. I don't remember what it is, but it's. They were showing like going into the city and having to change.
I don't know that they would use an E. They might have to use a 3.
I don't. Well, I don't know what it is. I just remember that there was. Maybe this is who made the video. So maybe if I scroll down here and see it, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Maybe I won't be able to show it this week. I really wanted to show it because I really thought it was interesting, the different things that they were doing. Well, that sucks because I watched it last night and now I can't find it. Oh, well, you have to take my word for it. I can't. It was in this page. Somebody must have stopped them from putting it on there.
They got censored.
Oh, wow. JLP. Okay. Well, that looks right. Okay. Oh, that's a neat one there. I like that. But that's apparently in Japan, I think. Well, I'm not going to be able to show it to you because it's not
Bummers.
here. It is not here. And it, I swear I saw it. It was, I was watching this, I was like amazed at, like they print up whole letters the size of the and they could change their whole license plate. They would just change the first 2 or 3 things, so that it looked like it was something different. It was really cool. I wanted to see it. Maybe this is. You know what? That says legibility. I might find it yet. Hold on. It may be a different article. I might have found it somewhere else. So let me puncture this. Post this. Puncture. And that may not be the article. Because it must not be the article. Because I swear it had this whole video in it. Remote work from home is reshaping the way tech workers flee and rents fall.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see.
Well, think about this. Like, okay, let's talk about the company I used to work for that
Okay.
sold their building and bought 2 giant buildings.
Yep, which I was just out by yesterday.
So was I. But so now they have twice the cost because they have 2 buildings now instead of 1 that were supposed to house everybody. But now it doesn't house everybody.
Nope.
Because everybody's working from home. So now they could rent that second building to another company, or they could actually sell both of them and buy a smaller building if they wanted to. However, they're planning on having people back in there at some point.
Right.
But if they were, any other company, they're feeling the bump of that because they don't, I would imagine their sales are probably hurting right now. I might be wrong. It might be their.
I would think,
okay.
if anything, that they would be picking up because a lot of people are working from home.
Yeah, but sales are probably down, and that's probably good
Oh.
that sales are down because, good that they let people work from home because now they can bring their expenses down by having everybody work from home. I don't know.
I mean,
It says here, so a lot of companies basically are moving into cheaper rent places. So if you rent, like the place that I worked at own their places because they own a real estate company on
Right.
the side. But a lot of places, let's say you have a business that's an insurance company,
okay.
and you're renting an expensive place in L.A. or San Francisco in this case, and all your people are working from home. Well, you would probably think about moving. You can move your location anywhere if everybody can work from home. Let's take for instance. Okay.
Well, they were. We were renting our building before they bought it. We had just bought the
let's-
Hershey company.
Let's talk about Morgan Stanley because that's one I can speak of. They're my financial guys. So they have this really fancy building.
Right.
Really fancy building. All their people are working from home till at least the middle of next year. But they could theoretically work from home longer than that because everything they can do at home, everything they can do in the office, they can do from home. Now, they could take that big, expensive building that they have in Maryland and they could move it to another town or another location and let their people stay at home. And they could, if they can do all their work from home, they could have a much smaller building and have people come in one day a week like you do, and they don't have to pay, say, $10,000 a month. They could pay $2,000.
But what would they do once this pandemic is over?
They may
and-
just keep them at home. If they don't have to
Yeah.
be there and they only have... If you get used to working from home... When I used to work, I would work from home. And I could do just about everything I needed to do from home.
Well, that was one of the things they talked about in today's meeting about, what is the potential of us continuing to work
And
from
what
home.
are they telling you?
They don't know yet. They're taking and waiting to see what other hospitals
See, I mean,
do.
like nurses, you can't work from home. You're stuck
No.
going in there. But you work in whatever division, accounting or whatever. A lot of the stuff, the majority of the stuff you can do, except for some things you can't do.
Right.
But a lot of your people could do that from home. Now,
And
the
they
thing
want
is,
to.
You have to, but you have to trust that they're going to do their work.
That's the big thing. That people will take advantage of that.
They will, and they will to a certain degree. But they actually say that the productivity coming from home is generally better than if they're in the office because they're not walking around talking to everybody in the building. They're
But sometimes that's the easier way to get an answer or whatnot.
But I know from my experience.
Yeah, and it also depends on your supervisor.
Yeah, which
And I
is
use
one
that
of the
term
reasons why I
loosely.
retired.
My supervisor, I work better without her standing over me,
Sure.
but because we are working remotely, now she isn't doing this so much with me as with somebody else. I mean, she's really on her about her time. We were told that, we could break up our day if we had to, as long as we didn't go over our allotted number of hours.
Right.
And one of the people that I work with, there were days that she was starting at 11 a.m. and working till like maybe 9:30 at night. And the boss was on her about that. And it's like, why? You told us we could, as long as we got our hours in.
Right.
And we didn't go into the overnights.
Right.
So it really depends on what they're saying and what they're willing to back up.
And it depends what your job is too. 'Cause,
Yes.
some jobs would be harder to do. You would have to, like, your one of your jobs is stuck because of the fact that you have to physically
Yes.
do something
Yes.
there. But anyway, as a whole, though, a lot of businesses are finding they can save a lot of money not having those big office buildings, and that they could actually use smaller office buildings to do the same thing because no one's in those office, especially like the place where I'm working, where I used to work, that
Right.
they have right now, because they have those two buildings, nobody's in them. I drove by yesterday when I was on my way to get my mom's stuff, and there were some cars in the lot.
Yep.
But
They're-
really, for as much as they needed the room, because we were maxed at where we
I
were.
remember on the interviews that I went on how cramped that was.
So, I'm glad I'm not working. I'm glad I don't have this chaos that you guys are having to deal with. It really is a godsend to me not to have to deal with the pandemic that way. It's just such a weird thing that our lives have been impacted so much. But it's the way it is. It's just, Anyway, so that's one thing to keep in mind, is that the workplace has evolved and is evolving, and we're buying a whole lot more online. Thank you, or I should say, you're welcome, Jeff Bezos, who is profiting so much off of this. But
working remotely is definitely bad for me because I'm finding I'm spending more.
yes, I am too. I'm finding you are spending more. Anyway, now here's some of the bad things that are happening. Dauphin County restaurants makes a hard decision to close. I've never had a chance to eat there yet, and they're closing.
Where?
Do you remember where the Hershey, what was it called? Hershey Restaurant. Hershey. Well, it was originally, it's the restaurant across the street from the Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, Crave.
It's Crave, yes.
They are also were part of the Colonial Diner.
They aren't anymore.
Oh, wow.
After 5 years, an upscale diner in Lower Paxton's Township is closing. Crave the food.
I ate there
4100.
one time.
I never ate there. I wanted to. They said they're not going to renew their lease and will close at 4 p.m. August 23rd.
I ate there one time. I've picked up orders for Uber Eats there. I was not impressed because from what I had heard, I saw that it was so dark inside.
Yeah.
Everything was dark. You really couldn't.
Friendlies, that's what it was called.
But the people that owned Crave were related to the people that owned Colonial Diner.
Well, they'll probably end up going back to Colonial Diner.
I don't know.
It says here, we will miss this beautiful community and all the wonderful people we've come to know. This is not a goodbye, but a thank you. They're open. They opened in 2015 at a former Friendlies and is decorated with big, bold furniture, modern lights, decorative topiaries. The Gottusk family is also part owners of City Line Diner in Baxtag. We decided enough is enough. We had a hard decision to make. Their business had dropped off 80% since the pandemic. So, that old guy, I remember him. Mm-hmm. Yep, he's the guy in.
But you see how dark it is.
Yeah, I wish I would have eaten there. I really want, and they're not the only. Crave's not the only local restaurant that's closing. So all those people that say, "Oh, it's the restaurants are thriving," they're not. They're not thriving.
Oh no.
So it says here, the Hershey Road Family Restaurant in West Hanover Township is closed as a result of lost business because of the pandemic. The Penn Hotel, Sports and Raw Bar in Derry Township closed last month. On July 17th, dozens of Central PA owners, including Nyman and politicians, gathered at Bonefish Grill to fight against the restrictions because they've dropped the restrictions from 50% to 25%. I don't know if you know that or not, but he rolled it back. And so I feel for the people.
It's to help stop the spread, but
it's
hurting them.
They're killing the businesses, and it sucks. It sucks.
And if you can't adapt to the takeout or delivery, you're screwed.
Oh yeah.
They need Robert Irvine.
Actually, did you see the newest shows?
Yes.
It's really good. He's doing some great things.
He did the outdoor seating on the last one I saw.
I didn't see the last one yet.
McClanks.
I didn't see that last one yet. I'm going to watch that probably tomorrow.
Yeah, McClanks, he really,
that's not... I saw the one he did for...
Lloyd Hebner's.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the...
McClanks, he really...
That's the last one, right? McClunk's? Yeah, I didn't see that one yet. That's the one I got to watch.
Yeah, I saw that
I
one.
watched Titans last night instead. So, yeah, so that's it's a sad thing. But now here's another one that we're going to see less of. And I don't know if it affects us locally or not, but
I heard they're closing a lot of Dunkin' Donuts.
Pizza Hut.
Oh!
300,
No!
300 locations closing after the franchisee files for bankruptcy.
Oh, I hope it's not in our area.
I haven't eaten at a Pizza Hut in a long time.
No, but I like their wings.
I want to get their new pizza where you have
The Shackaboli or whatever it's
they-
called.
No, that's you're talking about two different companies. That's
Oh.
Domino's. Shack owns part of Domino's.
Oh.
I do want to try some of those Shack things though. What? With Shack in it, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I like but they have a thing with two
The big
Sicilian
box.
pizzas in one box.
The big
You can
box.
yeah, I want to try that. Anyway, as many as 300 Pizza Huts will be permanently closing as the largest franchisee, Yum Brands, the parent company for fast food, filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, I
So-
hope they don't close the one close to the
I-
house.
I have one down the street here on Front Street that I haven't gone to in a long time.
Yeah, that's where whenever you were working, I'd go there and get our wings.
Well, we may have wings this weekend. Just we'll have to figure out. I was going to make wings. I actually thawed out my wings so I could make them.
Well, see,
I haven't had them for a
I
while.
like their wings, but I also found, and I can hardly, I mean, I have to watch when I get them. Little Caesars barbecue wings are good too.
Okay. I haven't had Little Caesars in 20 years.
Yeah, I've had them. It's just like I'll order them through their app, but they're not always on the app, and that's what makes me mad because there are times that I'd rather have Little Caesars versus Pizza Hut.
According to Yum Brands, Pizza Hut off-premise channel generated 21% same-stores growth, while excluding closed express units, and 16% growth. But that's overall. These are the 300 worst Pizza Huts that are closing. So they have like 2,000? No,
Wow.
1,227
I
Pizza
hope they
Hut.
don't close the one by me.
And they also own 400 Wendy's. So Wendy's is also declaring bankruptcy. Well, I mean, this pandemic is killing
Yeah,
all businesses.
it is,
People
it
are
is.
saying, oh, well, food companies are thriving. They're not. They're not thriving. Some of them are doing okay, but they're not thriving. I wouldn't say they were
Think
thriving.
of the grocery stores
They're
where,
thriving.
like, they have the salad bars. Now everything is pre-packaged.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Well, I never did. I never went to them anyway because I
Some
can't
people
trust
do.
myself on those salad bars because the weights get me every time.
Right.
So I stopped.
But that's what I'm saying. Some people enjoyed that.
Oh, I love it, but it
But-
costs a lot of money. when I go, I lost too much money.
You know, and this is what's happening with
Paid $12 for
fast food restaurants. You know, they're used to everybody coming in and getting it to go, you know, or getting it sitting down and eating, and you can't do that now because now it's the limited seating.
Just realized I didn't even check the. I see that the Facebook's working. I didn't check the Twitter and all that, so I think I ought to do that. Let's see here. That's is this where we're at? Let's see here. Yeah, remote work. Okay, so that's the right one. Let's pin that to the top of the profile. And Twitch. Twitch is working good. Yes, I know it's quiet. It's too quiet in Twitch. I can't get my listenership up in Twitch for some reason. Uh-oh, the new... Oh, what's going on with that? You may not have been broadcasting on...
Okay.
I don't know if we're on live. YouTube is saying we're live. I don't know that we are on live. All right, so I'll save that. All right, whatever. Just give me my image. Let me know that you're recording. I know you're going to yell at me later on because you always do. Oh, I'm
Do you have to?
so fed up with them. They dinged me 4 times on no upcoming streams. Well, I have an upcoming stream going right now. So they just irritate me. Eventually I'm going to get kicked off there. Where are you going? Checking to see if it's there?
Yeah.
I can tell you that with very little doubt that we will be kicked off of there eventually. So it's just the way it is. And, just got to deal with it. We got to deal with it one way or the other.
No, I don't see a live stream for.
And, well, it's supposedly streaming. It says it is. It may not.
Well, maybe they're recording it on their end,
We'll find out.
and then that's why that when you go through it, and then they'll post it.
I don't know. All I know is that I'm fed up with them. I am so fed up with them. I am so tired of getting dinged for everything I do. So I'm showing the live stream. Okay, let's see what the date is at. Today's the 18th? Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
We're showing live, according to this.
Okay.
I guess. I guess. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't show till we're done. I thought lives did live.
You would think.
Yeah, I would think that would be the reason for it. Maybe they put me on so I'm not live, so that they...
Well, you better not be dead.
all I can tell you is the stuff I went through last week. I mean, you can't see last week's stream. They took it off.
That's just.
Yeah, I was told that the whole Kamala thing's gone. Everything's gone. So everything for that last week. But hey, whatever. I can't control them. If I find another place to to replace their stream on our stream, I'll do it. I'm going to put them on as soon as I find something else that we can broadcast on. That
We'll talk to Brim, talk to Noel Harlow,
yeah,
see what they're using.
don't talk to anybody. I don't know. Hey, they were all because of me. All of them, every one of them. It's like I do it now. Paul Roma has one.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so does Del Wilkes, even though he never did it to our show. It's like, well, geez, everybody's going to be broadcasting soon. Might as well just give it up. Anyway, now this is something interesting. Transparent public restrooms.
Oh.
Now, that sounds bad at the first thought, and I thought that too, but it's got some...
Yeah, no.
Okay, so how it works is you can see if it's in use, okay? When you go in, it'll blank out the walls. So that's not so bad, right?
How about when you're in there, you can see out, but nobody
can.
can see in?
I believe, you can't see in when someone's in there. But it tells you when they're open, when there's nobody in there.
Well, isn't that what the little green color on the door going green to red, like vacant and occupied?
But sometimes they aren't right. At first glance, it's hard to fathom how a public restroom with transparent walls could possibly help ease toilet anxiety. But a counterintuitive design by one of Japan's most innovative architects aims to do just that. Now, the thing that's cool about it is they're not gender specific.
Okay.
Okay? So, if you're a female and you go to a restroom that's full, but the male restroom isn't, you can't use them. But if it's non-gender specific, you can use any restroom that it is. That's a good thing, right? Yeah, it is. Around the world, public toilets get a foul rap. Even in Japan, where restrooms have a higher standard of hygiene than in most of the rest of the world, residents harbor fear that public toilets are dark, dirty, smelly, and scary. To cure the phobia, they've launched the Tokyo Toilet Project, tasking 16 well-known architects to renovate 17 public toilets located in public parks. Now, let me get to the description. Okay, so here we have the most talked about comes from the Pritzker Prize-winning architect, whose transparent restrooms popped up this month. And here's what they are. The two units have 3 cubicles, which were surrounded by transparent tinted glass in cyan, lime green, blue, yellow, pink, or purple. A see-through design has a practical reason. It allows the person to easily check inside before entering. Okay, well, you can tell if it's in use or not. There's 2 concerns with public toilets, especially those located in parks. The first is whether it's clean. The second is that no one is secretly hiding inside. Agreed?
I would think with purple you can't see.
But you can. The design relies on a new smart glass technology that turns the walls opaque when the door is open or when the door is locked. So when it's locked, you can't see through. At night, they light up the parks like a beautiful lantern.
Oh, that's just what we need.
But this is Japan,
Yeah, that's true.
and what we need is we do need lights in a park. We need more lights
Yeah.
in parks. So, along with the two facilities designed by BAN, the Toyota Toilet Park also opened 3 other public restrooms created by interior designer blah blah blah. We don't care his name. In the coming weeks, they'll open more. But I mean, I like the idea that you can see whether somebody's in it or not, and when somebody goes in it, you can't see through. I think it's cool.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Well, I mean, when I read about it last night, I kind of freaked out about it. But then I thought about it because they can't see when you're in there. Now, with my luck, you go in there, close the door, it would go, blank out the walls. You sit down, and all of a sudden, oh, surprise!
Exactly. Or maybe, like if a little kid's in there and, they don't know to lock the door. So the walls are still open.
Well, if they're that dumb, kill them.
That's where a parent should say, make sure you lock the door and stand outside.
You don't need to have kids by themselves. You don't do that anymore. When we were kids, you would send the kids away until dinner time and never check on them. You don't do that these days. That's abuse these days.
We were told as long as we were home when the park lights come on.
We were told if you don't come back, okay. Don't come back. We're not going to come after you. Smart glasses. Now, I don't know if you remember you probably don't remember this because it probably never was something you were exposed to, but they had smart glasses that you could wear, that you could actually do internet stuff on your glasses. While you could see through the glasses, but you could do internet stuff. They were Google glasses. Was the
Okay.
name of them. You probably don't remember them
No.
because they didn't make it big. They were too expensive, and they would cost about $1,200 or $2,500.
Ooh.
They were really expensive, and they couldn't do all that much at the time. Well, they have a new smart glasses. They work like a dream and don't look dumb.
Well,
That's what they say. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. If you haven't kept on the advances, this was the Google Glass project folded in 2015. But they're getting something a little bit better. Their latest offering is the Glow Mixed Reality Smart Glasses, and most received entry yet, generating over $900,000 in backing from their Kickstarter. So let's go to their Kickstarter. Let's see what they offer. So this tells you you have up to a 53 degree, I don't know what FOV is,
frame of view.
and a 118-inch screen would be like what you're looking at. In my living room, it's 120-inch.
Okay.
So that's what it would look like if you were looking at it. It supports iOS, so you could use it with your phone. So if you're walking down the street, someone sends you a message on there, it'll pop up in your glasses. You'll get your big screen, and it's see-through, so you can see where you're walking.
I just
It'll
know
work.
the first thing that comes to my mind is a bad thing.
It'll work in tablets, laptops, PS4s. It's actually cool because it's virtual reality too. PS4, Xbox, Switch, and DJI, whatever DJI is. Let's watch the video. I didn't watch this video yet, so let's see what it says. Mad gaze.
Yeah, see, I'd be afraid of it.
Okay, play. Okay, so he plugged it into his phone. Now this is what he sees. Well, he doesn't see, so that's actually fun. So when you hear your music, you can have things going on that you're watching at the same
Dance
time.
party.
So that's what you got. You could see your living room, and you can also watch Star Wars while it's going on. music's a little loud. You can have a keyboard. You can do your work like that. You can answer your phone.
And when you're driving and you're wearing them and somebody's... Yeah, no.
Well, you're going to have people that do stupid things anyway. But I love the idea of it. I would partake in one of those.
I could just see it now. You know, you're driving down the highway. Now, with you having a self-driving car, it's a little different, but you still have to pay attention.
Imagine this.
But if you're driving down and all at once somebody sends you a text message, it's like right there, and you take it because it's right in front of your face.
Imagine this. Sunday night, I'm at my filming of my TV show.
Oh, no.
And I forget my lyrics, or forget my words, and they show up on the screen, and nobody knows but me.
You had your own prompter there.
Oh, man, I was... What'd I miss? That was my first line. And what was my second line? My second line was...
I know.
He works with Roger?
So you live here too?
No.
Oh, that was...
Not yet. That's the next line, but there's a line before that that's... I knew that. So you live here too? And then my next line was... I own a gravel company. I started back after I got back from Nam. I'd have all the words right there. I couldn't mess it up. And then my last line was, I remember. Yeah, that's what it was.
What was the ending of it?
The ending was, I remember. But
I knew that.
Yeah. No, that wasn't it. I remember, you know what I mean.
That's it.
But anyway, for this kind of... they've got 399 backers.
I would just be afraid that...
Let's see, if you pledge $3.99, you get a T-shirt, and you get 3 T-shirts. Oh, wait a minute, how do you get... Oh, so here's the gleam. Oh, man, you have to pledge a lot of money to get one.
Yep, nope.
$3,010 or more, and you get... well, it doesn't even say that gets that doesn't get it either. How much do you get to pledge to get one? Oh, man, that's a lot of money, though. I just don't know what they're asking for. I would think that something like that would be expensive, though, because it's got a lot. It's new. That's for one reason. And a little keyboard.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't...
I'm trying to figure out... Okay, so they $10 or more, and they'll say thank you. Thank you for the $10. If you do $3.99,
you get
T-shirts. 3 T-shirts. Special edition. Well, that's a lot for $399. The gamer pack, you get 3 T-shirts and a Bluetooth joystick. So, I just don't know. I don't know what you got to get the glasses. I would...
Well, they have to make them first.
Well, yeah.
They'll give you everything else, and then that way they can get more money when the glasses are ready to be
Wait a
sold.
minute, this must be old, because this says estimated delivery date is November 2019.
Ooh.
So how much...
Hi.
Maybe they didn't make enough.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy.
Huh.
Hi, puppy. Yeah, see, I'd be just afraid of somebody, like I'm wearing them and then somebody sends me something and it's like, yeah, and
They're not for you. You're not the audience. That's the thing. This is not for everybody. This is for a techie like me. So, all right, here's another video. I would be interested in... Oh, this is the YouTube. I'm going to get in trouble with this. Okay, they're plugging it in. They're plugging it into their phone. Okay.
do not wear while driving a vehicle.
Well, yeah, that only makes sense. But it's interesting because why is there no sound? There should be sound.
Oh, that looks so uncomfortable.
No, it wouldn't be. I think it would be awesome. I would love that. I mean, I would love to play with that. That would be fun to me.
Just like your glasses that had the video camera in them that you'd wear inside the ring.
Yeah, I love that. But you see, this would be better. That would have been better if I had if I could see what I was videoing. See, one thing that made that bad was that I couldn't really see what I was videotaping. Now this, I would see what I was videotaping if it were doing that. So I wonder how much they did actually end up making on this. Funding period was over. I mean, it's over. You can't do it now. You can't put any money on this project. But I wonder how much they made on this. Wonder if they why they don't say.
Maybe they didn't.
Oh, it
make-
says pre-order now. Let's see how much they were. Because I really would love. I mean, I can't afford them. I know I can't. Okay, so they made almost $1 million on this,
Wow.
on just the parts of this. So it doesn't say how much it is to buy one, but I would love this thing because I would use it for everything I could think of using it for. They had 4 campaigns to get this thing.
Wow.
That's but it doesn't tell you what it's worth, how you could get one. I wonder if we can search the internet to see
Well, slide down a minute. Select.
what it was sliding to.
Continue reading.
No, that's not a good.
No.
What? Oh, it's the project's over.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't that's the same page we were on that
Oh, okay.
before, but we might be able to see if we can look for these glasses and see if they are available. Now that's their Kickstarter. There's a okay because it came out at November of 2019. They should be available now, but I don't see it. It says smartwatch too. Hey, maybe I'll get that instead of my other one.
Why?
Oh, they were supposed to ship in February.
Oh.
I would think that the pandemic had a lot to do with that. So that'll probably be another one that'll go out of business because we don't have the. Oh, that's not bad priced. Actually, it's not that bad priced. If that's looked like it was $300, $360. There it is.
Oh.
That's actually not bad. Oh, that's on Kickstarter, which
Yeah.
obviously is over. But still, it's kind of a neat little. Here's the. We'll get in trouble for this. This is probably one of the things I got in trouble for last time.
Either that or maybe because Buddy's barking.
I don't know. Here it is. There's their actual.
Why?
download
It's
video for
okay.
you.
It's okay, puppy. It's okay.
So you got all kinds of virtual reality stuff that you can download for it, for the different apps and stuff. It's very cool. I just, I love this technology. I love this new technology. And it's kind of Jetson type stuff, you know. It's a thing that eventually it'll be contact lenses that you put in your eyes and stuff like that.
I like my contacts now.
Well, you might like that too. But
No,
I just,
about the time that comes out, I won't be able to wear them.
yeah. Hey, you're messing up my green screen, bud. Don't mess up my green screen. People laugh at me then.
Of course.
Just put it down here. Then you can't mess up my green screen. Hey. Bud. There you go. Dog. See, yeah, you got a big gap in my screen now. I see it on there.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy.
Here. Paper cookie.
He really knows how to get what he wants.
He does. Anyway, if you're into techie stuff, that's one thing you could end up looking at getting. And I guess it's, it's not as bad a price as, like I said, the Google glasses were at least $1,200. These, if they're saying they're like $360 or whatever, that's actually a deal because you can do a whole lot more for these. And there looks like to have a lot of apps. It don't even look like it's available kind of in the United States anyway, but it is kind of a cool technology. And so, who knows? I mean, eventually, kids of tomorrow, I mean, kids that are probably 6 today,
Yeah.
will have all kinds of options as they grow into the technology. But, like, I would like more than anything to not have a big screen projector, but watch it on my glasses. You know, I'd like to be like, if you're at work, imagine watching a video, watching a movie on your glasses.
But the problem is there's ones like us that need readers
Not
that
me.
wouldn't, you know. I mean, I watch movies when I work from home because I have my phone in front of me, down below my monitor, and I'm watching stuff there, but I'm also working.
Yeah, you could do that too, because you could have that screen. You know, you could actually not have as much technology. You wouldn't have to have a notebook. You would have it all on the glasses.
Until you break them.
Well,
Or lose them.
I just think it's really cool. I would love to see this technology take off. I mean, it's not for old fogies like you. It's for young boys like me.
Wait a minute, you're older than me.
Not mentally. Mentally, you're an old woman. You're a grandmother, and you act like a grandmother. Oh, I don't want that. That's too new. I'd be confused. Well, I do want that because I'm excited by technology.
You are
I
a
love
love
technology. I would like to know what their smartwatch is all about. That's kind of cool too.
Well, see, I look at it this way. I'll let you figure it out. If you can't make it work, then I know I can't.
That's very cool. Their smartwatch is pretty finger tap, finger snap, knock on service motions. So it's pretty competitive because it's like my my iPhone watch, but it's it's not it's Android operating system. But it would be kind of interesting. I mean, I'm probably going to get a new watch at some point, but I would have got it this. Oh wow, it's actually pretty cheap.
Oh, wow.
That's cheaper than the iWatch.
Yeah.
And probably does everything that the iWatch does. So.
But you said it's Android, though.
You could use an Android with an iPhone.
Okay.
You can use that. That's just the specification or how the operating system that it works on, but it should still work with it. So I'm actually excited about this technology. I get the Vader, or maybe the Ares. And this
You
one,
said Vader, and I thought of Slam.
Nothing you can do about that. Well, it says
I know.
pre-order, so that means it must not be out yet. Probably because of the COVID thing, but it doesn't really tell you how much the watch is. I kind of
What was the 149?
that was that watch.
Oh.
That's for the early bird version. So
Well, if the price that's crossed out.
that's the early. That's the price of the watch.
Oh, okay.
It's I don't know. I don't know how much it is, but that would be a cool thing to look at as for a future technology that will eventually, be every day. You know, all the grandmothers like you will want one eventually when they get to be from 10 years old to your age.
You like reminding me that I'm a grandmother.
That's because you
don't
act like a grandmother. I won't get
I'm
the water above
supposed
my
to.
knees. I won't do that. I can't do that. I can't do this.
Hey, I watched a video today on how to swim in 3 easy steps. And
You're not
believe me,
supposed
I
to-
thought
you're not
about.
supposed to be swimming in steps. If you step, you can't swim.
But I thought if I can remember to do that, I'd be okay.
Oh, you're funny.
I've been around you too long.
I don't want to delete this because I want to.
Because the first thing it said was about how to breathe underwater, and then you have to float, and
How
then
do you think?
put the
How do you think Aquaman does it?
he was born underwater.
That's what they want you to believe. That's what the Republicans want you to believe. So it looks like you can use a SIM card in these too for the watch. I definitely am going to do more checking on this stuff, and I just put it in my notes here because I want to do a little more information on this stuff. But I think it's actually very cool stuff, and it says here we've been in the market since. I'm trying to see which watch. Oh wow, they did have a pretty good deal on the Indiegogo for this, but the chances are these are all closed. Because these are all old. That was this year. I might have a chance to get that. I'm getting in trouble for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was all closed too. Yeah. Well, that sucks. So that means I missed both of them because they. I didn't know they were out there. But I'll tell you, I would
Give
like
it
to.
time; it'll come around again.
Oh, I know, but it would be more expensive. I just think it's cool. Definitely like this. I'm gonna like this for my information, so I can keep up on what's going on. So, yeah, the smart glasses. Oh well, it says from $369, but that was on Kickstarter, and that's over, so that can't be it. 'Cause this was September 2019, and it was Hong Kong of all places. So, who knows? Wait a minute. It says pre-order now. Not going to let me pre-order? No, it's not letting me. Liars. They're all liars. Anyway, I hope to see it come around as another technology that we all will want to have. Some of us young people will want to have.
Just
Uber,
remember, you're older than me.
not mentally. Uber drivers will no longer be self-employed, according to the rules of the state high court.
We'll see how
That means that in Pennsylvania, that you'll be considered an employee.
Oh, that'll piss a lot of people off.
It says here, the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court ruled that Uber drivers are not considered self-employed when filing for unemployment. This comes after a 2015 lawsuit against the Department of Transportation of Labor and Industry for ending an employment claim because a man who lost his job started to drive for the company. So when he lost his job, he filed for unemployment and started to drive for Uber. And I guess he was considered, he was saying, look, I'm self-employed, because they're not paying your benefits or anything. And
Well, you can get benefits there if you want. They're just not as good.
okay.
But the problem is, when you're considered self-employed, you have to do everything for yourself.
Okay.
Like, you're supposed to pay yourself. You're supposed to take out your own taxes.
Well, then you're a business.
Yes.
Sounds like you're a business.
Yes.
Sounds like you're self-employed.
But you can't get unemployment.
Well, you shouldn't if you're a business.
I know. And that's what they were trying to do. He was trying to say, I'm not employed by Mr. X, Mr. X's company, but I'm going to drive for Uber because I need quick cash.
I always said that I would drive for one of those if I needed money, and at one point I thought that I was going to lose my job, and I was looking at doing that, but
I'd like to see you do it now in the Tesla.
I would get more than you would get with your car.
Yeah, you're
'Cause I would
right.
consider it a luxury car.
Yes, that's
But
true.
I don't really want to go back into the workforce. I have no interest whatsoever.
I
in
would just
doing
love to see some of the people's faces light up when you pull up to get them, like, oh, this is my car.
I still get a lot of comments,
I
and
know.
actually a lot of kids. Shannon actually asked me what the model was of my car, and I said, what do you want to know that for? And she goes, the oldest daughter,
Emily's?
yeah, was talking about it, and once she told her the model of my car, she was very impressed. Well, they should be impressed for the money I paid.
Yeah.
So, but it's very interesting that I knew that they had tried that in California to make it where you were not self-employed anymore. So this is in Pennsylvania now that they decided. Now there's 5 ways the coronavirus changed how we eat fast food.
Yeah, they limit a lot of it.
Well, here we are. We're spending more and stocking up. That's
Well,
true.
I don't know about stocking up. Not on
well,
fast
for me, I buy more in the. Oh, okay. So rather than coming in for a sandwich or coffee, people were buying more food on a single order.
Okay.
Starbucks said its average check grew 25% in recent quarter because people were purchasing multiple drinks and food items. Dunkin' Donuts noticed a similar trend, with the average order growing because of family-size bulk orders. Baskin-Robbins, which it also owns, has said that partially offset a sales dip with more expensive orders because people are buying ice cream in quarts and cakes. Drive-thrus are thriving.
That, yes.
Yep, I believe that. McDonald's said that roughly 90% of its sales are coming through the drive-in. When we went into the McDonald's on Saturday night, there was nobody in the inside, but they had a regular stream of people coming out. Chipotle has been aggressively expanding its drive-thrus and recently opened its 100th.
Yeah, because one, you don't have to get out of the car. Two, you still have that protection.
Yeah, I just think it's the don't have to get out of the car thing for me. But it says here, Taco Bell said that it served 5 million cars through its drive-thru versus last year.
And if you think about it, to keep everything through drive-thru is actually quicker because it's more streamlined.
Yep.
And if you have one person taking orders, one person running, one person handing out the food at the second window, and one person on the grill, that's 4 people versus how many others that make it go crazy.
Yep. Digital sales are breaking records. It says that digital orders made through third-party services like Uber Eats and through chains' own apps grew substantially in the quarter. Every company seems to have a digital success story. McDonald's, Starbucks, Domino's, Chipotle, Yum, and Dunkin', all which reported spikes in digital sales. Digital sales at Chipotle, second quarter, grew 216%, made up 61% of total sales, and
you know why? Not only people are supposed to stay home, we were told to stay home, but these businesses that are doing this kind of thing, they are charging more than if you were to go to the store and get it yourself.
I believe that. Well, like I said, the one several months ago, I ordered one sub that would have been probably $8 at the store, and they on the menu, the digital menu, that same sub was charging me an upgrade for everything, and they don't charge you upgrades in the store. So they find new ways to
because not
take
only
your
do
money.
they increase the price,
Yeah.
but then you've got delivery fees on top of it.
Well, yeah, my $26 bill would have been $54 if I had them deliver. So that was my eye opener, and that's why I decided, nope, I'm not going to use any of those guys. So it says here, Yum Brands, which has Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC, hit an all-time high, jumping $1 billion to $3.5 billion same quarter last year. That's why I want to know why Pizza Hut's closing 300 stores and declaring bankruptcy if they're
because not all of them have drive-through.
Not all of them are performing that way either. Starbucks recently tweaked its app-based rewards program and said mobile orders encompass 22% of all transactions. It's an increase of 6%. That's not that big. It says here, breakfast is a bummer. The almost complete destruction of a morning commute for, that's true. Yeah, all the people that were going in for I would go and stop at the McDonald's for breakfast in the morning.
Not only that, things like DoorDash and Grubhub, not all of them are open early, and a lot of them are running early in the morning.
Well, that makes sense.
Because I know, like for me, if it's during the week, and let's say I wanted to have something delivered to the house, I have to wait till at least 7:30 when I'm awake at 6.
Yeah. Well, it says here, coffee chains Dunkin's and Starbucks both reported deep declines in revenue and visits. People aren't stopping in as much in the mornings.
That's true.
Breakfast was previously a troublesome part of the day for McDonald's prior to COVID-19 and continues to be a drag on its sales. In addition to rising competition, the meal continues to be disproportionately impacted by disruptions to commuting routines.
I believe that, yeah.
Wendy's said it rolled out a new fancy breakfast options just weeks before the pandemic is set to release earnings next week. So, and midday is the new morning. So, those are the 5 ways that it has all changed. So,
yeah, I know a lot of, like, McDonald's has on their boards not all options are available, please ask, or, however they have it. You might want something, and nope, they can't do it. A lot of places won't allow substitutions.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason I'm glad I'm not working now, because I would not really want to have to deal with that, getting my breakfast and not, there's so many things that this happened at such a weird. I'd be having a fit. We'd have a whole different show if I was working. So anyway, there's that stuff. Oh man, we're getting near the end here. I keep thinking I don't have enough stories, and I always have enough stories apparently. I've only had one or two times in the whole time that I've had shows that I ran out of stories. And it's only because, I just think that it would be... Oh, this is interesting. So, you've heard of ransomware and all that other stuff. Do you ever know anybody that actually paid for it?
I don't...
You will now.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Garmin surrenders and pays millions in ransom and other small business tech news. So, you know who Garmin is, right?
Yeah, GPS.
Yeah, GPS. They are now doing a Fitbit type thing too. Not Fitbit because that's a brand, but they're doing those kind of things. But Garmin had a ransom forced upon itself by a small country. And they paid millions of dollars to resolve its ransomware. So
they needed Kit Boga.
It was from Russia. And I mean, so why? Okay, recent reports detailed fitness device maker Garmin paid millions of dollars in response to an outage in the company last month due to a ransom attack. The attack impacted several Garmin systems, taking many of them offline. Now, so you think, well, what's the big deal with that? Well, if you're storing your data for your daily thing, and you're times millions of people can't reach their data, and they're going to go to some other company. So it was probably worth it for millions of dollars for them to pay for that because, think about it. Garmin's a big company with plenty of IT sources, yet they failed. They fell victim to a ransomware attack, had little choice but to cough up the cash. What's this mean for your small business? It means that if hackers extort money from a company like Garmin, they'll do that to you too.
Yep.
You got to think about that, because if they have this IT, you would think, oh, well, they should be able to do something about it. Nope, they weren't able to. Back up your systems, get your employees trained, install security software. When I was working, they sent out emails of the tactics that people employ to rip off companies, and we had to pass these tests, and we didn't pass the test, we were in trouble.
Yep.
And it just sucked because I made one mistake on a test that I knew when I hit the button it was wrong, and it screwed me up. They made me take the whole class over again just for that one mistake. Oh, I was furious about it. So it says Intuit is introducing. Oh wait, that's the only thing. Okay, yeah, I got that for the Garmin thing because a lot of people don't realize that even the big companies can be hit, and and the tech companies you would think no big deal.
Yeah, they're definitely watching us as a hospital.
So
we have to be careful with phishing and all things like that too.
New Jersey's under quarantine for another reason: invasive bugs.
Oh, they look awful.
Oh, they're pretty. Says,
Here, looked at them through my glasses.
In addition to a series of quarantine or coronavirus restrictions, state authorities have placed 8 counties under additional quarantine because of exotic and invasive insect known as the spotted lanternfly. Lanternfly. The insect, native to China and South Korea, poses a risk of more than 70 plant species, including fruit trees, vegetables, and vines. It was first detected in Berks County, Pennsylvania in 2014.
Ooh.
The residents of the quarantine counties, Warren, Hunterdon, Mercer, Burlington, Camden, Gloucester, Salem, and Somerset, are urged to inspect their cars for bugs before leaving. So, yeah, what a weird thing to think that you'd be quarantined for a bug infestation. And I don't know if I've ever seen those bugs or not, but I mean, I may have seen them.
Look ugly.
They're just bugs.
Ugh.
They're just bugs. But they're killers. Killer bugs.
Yuck.
I'm sure they would say the same about you.
Yeah, now it's making me not want to go to Jersey anymore.
I don't have to go to Jersey for too much. I do very little in Jersey nowadays that I don't wrestle. So I just think it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's been a long time since there was any kind of, like, we had the stink bugs, if you remember, and they were really bad. They just were everywhere.
And they still come back once in a while, because we had some right before COVID hit at work.
So did you ever get mad at people for not wearing their masks? There is a solution.
No, I would say more disappointed.
But there is a solution.
Yeah, stay home.
Nope. Another one. The solution is a YouTuber made a do-it-your-own gun shoots masks onto people's faces.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's hilarious. Oh, they'd be sued for it, but
Yeah.
you can say, "Hey, I felt endangered because they wouldn't wear a mask." Just amazing, some of the things out there. It says here, given the number of COVID-19 cases and deaths, along with the research, it shows masks slow the spread of disease. It can be frustrating to see maskless people in public places. So, with America's obsession with guns, YouTuber Alan Pan decides to create a mask launcher that attempts to shoot masks onto people's faces. Let's see if it'll actually show it.
Look, these masks.
Uh-oh.
Mouth breathing, nose revealing, bird brain homunculi masks. It feels like it's just wearing masks.
What?
It should be. I'm only talking about America. It's kind of like the American thing. So what are we going to do about it? What am I going to do? Well, I could make a fun educational video about how safe and effective masks are with a flamethrower on the mouth.
I like the flamethrower.
So many good videos about how masks are safe and effective. And that works. It would have worked by now.
You would think.
This is not a world of magic, or this is a world of opinion and emotion. There's one thing coronavirus brokers actually care about.
How would you get them to hook around the ears or to tie in the back?
Did you hear what he said?
No.
He said the one thing that mask users like to complain about is their... Let me play it back, because it's really
Well, I don't
funny.
have my headset on because it's
Oh.
hurting.
Oh, okay, well, I got to remember what he said. It's their right... Wait.
Coronavirus brokers actually care about. It's the Second Amendment.
It's the Second Amendment.
That's right, guns.
Guns.
Like that. It's
Now, a lot of the people that don't like to wear masks are people that like guns. Right? A lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, this is one solution. You got to play to what they like.
An American problem demands American solutions. That's right. We're going to make people understand where they want to or not.
I'm going to get trouble for this video.
With healthcare. That's right. Guns and public safety. Boom. Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. Guns and masks.
But if you have one of those and you're shooting somebody to put the mask on their face, how would you get it to tie in the back? Or
Well, you got to watch.
Because the line to get pet boys is way shorter than the line to
So he's making this mask gun.
super glue it?
Let's just Franklin solder brake line adapter to make this whole thing. We're going to use 3/16 brake line to make 4 barrels for a pneumatic launcher. And we're using the thin stuff because I'm concerned about this guy here. It's very, very cool. This is a CO2 solenoid valve, 800 psi. I use these to make a graphic swing set for Congress present again down the roof. These things are absolutely awesome. The one downside is they have a very small pee-pee hole. On top of all that, the barrel splits into like 4 different barrels, and they're all at right angles to each other, which is
So he made this that has 4 different locations of air coming out of it.
Solenoid test. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! Oh jeez! It shot all the way over there in the corner. Yeah, I think that's enough juice. So 800 psi is like a bajillion psi, so I can make these barrels way shorter. The projectiles are just 2 nuts that fit over the brake anyways, and we're gonna use pistol grip and convert it into a spray paint
I can't even imagine what somebody did to think of doing this,
montage, and we're
but it's funny. So he made this mask launcher. It's got a little power.
this would be bad because it means it didn't hit this guy in the face. But this is sort of like a combination Ebola net gun and
This is weird.
the guy's head. Because they're going to be kind of strings that hopefully like wrap around and get tangled up with the nerve stuff right on his face. Kind of hard to
Oh, so the magnet's like. Oh, boy.
So you got this mask gun.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This thing looks absolutely.
If I really wanted that thing pointed at me.
I thought this was gonna look like when I started making it. I wouldn't have guessed alien, sci-fi, focus for steampunk, but here we are. Each of these projectile weights has a neodymium magnet at the very tip of it, and that's what keeps it securely on the barrel. These brass tubes are for line retention or string retention. It's what keeps everything untangled and ready to fire. And I don't know, I was just able to find a pretty stiff surgical mask that just sits there and fits perfectly behind the projectiles and is really secure without any
But does it work?
pieces, although talking
No.
about pieces, I feel like that we're
Okay, let me see if I
put
can.
something on the inside of the mask just to like doubly
Okay, we're moving this forward to get to find out is it going to work. He's got a laser.
Alright, let's put a mask on this guy. Hopefully in 3, 2, 1. Oh,
It almost works.
Wow.
That is cool. What a weird thing.
now we're safe.
And if you miss, you poke somebody's eye out.
Let's see here. Let's go up to see if he does it live in public.
My inventions as a locals. And then we're gonna go any Karen who's willing to get shot in the face for public. What could possibly go wrong?
Public health.
Hold my breath.
He's doing it to himself. Whoops, she missed. Oh, that was her aim though.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Hey, at least he's willing to be on the other end of it.
Well, you have to have your.
One of the 4 Bola weights exploded during that burst.
Ah.
I don't have any spare parts with me, and
Ah.
they could even fire the mask on the projectile.
All right, we need to go ahead and see what we got next. Okay, we got some people up that are. Let's see here.
Of course, there's still anti-maskers here, but it's hard not to compare this to Chad's last conclusion that maybe, just maybe, people are starting to understand. It turns out people here might be more on the same page than I thought they'd be. So instead of going hunting, we're gonna go focus group testing. If you're gonna do this, you gotta wear a mask and gloves, because you don't know where my hands are. Oh, you got a mask? That's awesome. You want free one for the road? There you go. If you can get it though, you'll be a legend.
Alright.
Oh! You put a mask on the stand! No, that's fine. Yeah, we'll get a countdown.
Yeah, see, if they miss, they can poke an eye out.
Well, you gotta have some kind of.
Launcher before? Not a
Oh, why didn't they get it? She shot too low.
That was totally closer.
Bad aim.
Yeah.
What were y'all saying, like, Adam's apple?
Oh,
it's not working now.
I would say any rate of failure there was probably rests in the launcher side of things.
Yeah, probably, but let's not dwell on it. It stuck and then it fell off. That was so close.
I think the air must have something to do with it because he's on a beach.
Yeah.
What do you think of this invention?
Oh, see, there we go.
Okay, so they have to work on it.
Walmart, we're wearing a mask. Would you shoot them? Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Well, maybe there's more people than I thought on this.
Second Amendment, protect ourselves, right?
I like it. I think I'd like one.
I couldn't see you using one.
I couldn't either, but what's this? Like the Citadel divided and the rest of us. I've got a message for them, a message from Rick and Morty's. I don't know what that is. the Rick and Mortys that believe in the Citadel, and there's the Rick and Mortys that don't. Okay, I don't understand because I didn't have a whole lot to do, but I think that's a good way to end maybe the show because, well, let's see if I have one more good one that I would want to share because I didn't get, like I said, I didn't get through the end, even the stuff. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, let's do this. Question for you.
Okay.
And I will tell you, I didn't know the answer, so you may not either. Death Valley just recorded the hottest temperature on Earth. What is the temperature?
152 degrees.
You went a little higher than I would have, but it was 130.
Oh, and I was thinking 132. Damn it!
132 would have been closer. I
was thinking 132, and I thought, no, it's got to be higher.
Well, it says 100 years ago. 100 years ago it was 134.
Wow.
134. I can't even imagine that hot.
No.
I mean, I realize that it's getting hotter and hotter.
Well, I've been
year.
binge watching like the earlier Survivor episodes.
Okay.
And I'm up to Guatemala now, and they said it was like 114 degrees.
So it was 134.
Wow.
How long ago?
I want to say that was about 5 or 6 years ago.
1913.
Oh! Oh, I thought you meant the Survivor.
No. 134
Wow.
was 119. Or was 1913. And now we didn't break it because I guess we're at 130. We still got a little ways to go. So that's that global warming thing. It's going less.
I'll stay in my air conditioning, thank you.
Yeah, me too. I can't imagine being in the freaking 130 weather. I mean, I like Nevada, but I wouldn't want to be in 130.
Nope, not for that.
And that's about as close as I've gotten to California. So that's a good one to end on, though. I think that 130 degrees. Can you? I mean, you could cook in it. Well, you couldn't really cook anything on that.
It makes us appreciate our air conditioning even more.
Oh, believe me, I appreciate my air conditioning. There's not much I appreciate more than the air conditioning because in the summer last year when I didn't have it, ooh, it was brutal. But yeah. All right. Well, I will post these two because I think they are very cool. And I didn't even get to my Tesla stuff. Tesla's about to split stocks.
Ooh.
Stock is at $1,700 a share. Remember back when it was $300 and some odd dollars? I said I want to buy some of that, and I didn't.
Now you're kicking yourself.
Man, 17. They're going to do a 5-to-1 split, which means if you have one stock, it's going to be worth 5. It's going to be 5 stocks now. It's going to be worth the same thing, but it's going to be 5 stocks for one. Man, I wish I would have bought it. I would have been sitting pretty because that's just a lot
Hindsight's
of money.
20/20.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. I guess it's time to let it go.
Alrighty.
I'll see you next week, and have a great week. That went quick.
Okay, puppy.
Jeez.
Come on.
Is he still back there?
Come on.
My puppy dog.
I don't want to run over you.
That's what she says. Don't believe her. She wants to run over you. Yeah, good, because raising that picture up allowed me to get the whole thing. It's good. All right, where's my... Turn this off. Oops. Okay. Turn this stream off. Yes.